And we are live with more gaming news because today PlayStation decided, you know what, we're gonna go heavy today with the gaming news. They bought Bungie, which is what the stream's going to be mainly about, and what the consequences of that will be, what that decision's going to mean for the future of Bungie, and the future of gamers that play them games, like how it's going to impact them. And if Xbox will retaliate, which they definitely will there be more acquisitions? According to Jim Ryan, yes there will be. But first, we've got to pull up the lazy intermission screen, because why the fuck not? But yeah, there's a lot of gaming news that came out today, and I find it absolutely hilarious that PlayStation just went ham today with the gaming news. So, first and foremost, we're going to start off with the first news that came out, which was that GT7 will be getting a state of play on Wednesday, which I probably won't be reacting to. But let me pull it up right. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to have the chat up on my phone so I can just quickly glance over to it. But here we go. Special Gran Turismo 7 edition of State of Play arrives this Wednesday. Basically, we've got 2 p.m. Pacific. Would that be like 9 p.m., 10 p.m.? Well, I guess it's there. In UK time. The first 2022 State of Play arrives late this week, and we're all revved up for just over 30 minutes of new PS5 footage and gameplay details for Gran Turismo 7. Please note that this book may include copyrighted content that the PlayStation does not control. So it's literally just going to be a 30 minutes State of Play about GT7, which, I don't know. I feel like you could fit so much more in 30 minutes in just one game, but like GT7, it's a racing game, dude. Like, what? You know? You could do so much more than that for a State of Play, especially since the last State of Play was a disappointment and a half. But yeah, get rid of XQC. I don't know why XQC is up there. Don't worry about it. I was watching him play GTA. But what else came out? So after the GT7 news, not GTA 7, we had MLB The Show cover athlete reveal. So I assume just like what the cover looks like. Not a big fan of MLB. So 2 announcements of Sony, both of which I do not care about, because one's a racing game, one's a sports game, and plus having a first-party studio dedicated to a yearly sports game is the dumbest fucking decision I've ever seen in my entire life, but okay. You know? And then the big news came out, which was that PlayStation now own Bungie. Which is weird as fuck, because if you think about the history of Bungie, they started off making like some small games like on the Mac and shit, and then they were like, you know what, we're going to make Halo for the Xbox. And we know how successful that franchise was. And then they went independent. Well, no, they moved away from Microsoft. Then they teamed up with Activision to make Destiny. Then that wasn't going so well, so then Bungie were like, yeah, no, fuck you, Activision. Then Activision were bought by the people that they worked on Halo with, which was Microsoft, and now Bungie are with PlayStation, which are Microsoft's competition. So it's weird. It's weird. And especially since this might not mean much in the long run. Because here's Jim Ryan's statement. Today, I am happy to announce Bungie will be joining the PlayStation family. First off, I want to be very clear to the community that Bungie will remain an independent and multi-platform studio and publisher. As such, we believe it makes sense for it to sit alongside the PlayStation Studios organization. And we are incredibly excited about the opportunities for synergies and collaboration between these two world-class groups. See, the thing is, the fact that they're making them be independent and still multi-platform makes you question why the fuck they bought them. Right? Like, is there an actual reasonable reason they bought them, or is it just mainly for money and profit and revenue? Probably the latter, because they're going to make more money with this, making it multiplat. It's like, reasonably, it would make sense for Microsoft to keep Call of Duty multi-platform, because that would mean they'd generate more fucking money. So we'll have to see how that pans out. I'm absolutely thrilled to announce a new member will be joining the PlayStation family. I've been a fan of Bungie for many years. The makers of Halo, dude. The good Halos. I can say that now. I've played a bit of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and there's genuinely nothing to fucking do in it. Other than just, like, shoot other players, which is boring! The most immediate change you will see is an acceleration in hiring talent across the... Bungie will remain creatively independent and multi-platform. So yeah, it is weird that they're being multi-plat still. I don't exactly know what it means, but okay. I was just checking the audio was good, because sometimes my mic decides to shit the bed. But I know it is interesting. It's just to generate money, right? To buy more studios. Bungie makes games with outstanding technology that are enormously fun to play. I mean, I haven't played Destiny that much. They also have unmatched dedication to the communities that play their games, and everyone at PlayStation. Aren't Bungie the same fucking studio that just remove content from their game? Why would you buy the studio, PlayStation? You fucking dumbasses. But Jim Ryan has said... Hang on. Oh, Twitter's audio. Umar coming in clutch there with all the news, but we'll find it on our own. It'll be on Nibble. What the fuck's wrong with Twitter? Excuse me? Yeah, so Jim Ryan basically said future Bungie releases to remain multi-platform as well, which is weird. In an interview with game industry Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan says that Destiny 2 and future Bungie games will continue to be published on other platforms. What other games is Bungie going to be working on? Destiny 3 probably, including rival consoles. The advantages Bungie offers Sony is in its ability to make huge multi-platform live service online games, which is something the wider organization is eager to learn from. So yeah, have a studio that are known to make multi-plat live service games instead of dedicating your first-party studios to that. Preferably that is better, but it kind of makes the question of them buying them a bit weird, because it's like you bought them to be a part of PlayStation Studios just to make their games not exclusive. It's kind of weird, but it is to generate money. So maybe there'll be some exclusive deals, like maybe you get the game cheaper, maybe you get like technically Destiny won't be day one on whatever Bungie's next game is won't be day one on Game Pass, right? Maybe, actually, no, it can't be, because they'd own the IP. So, theoretically, Sony own the Destiny IP, right? If they own Bungie. Because that's what happened with Sunset Overdrive, right? Which is weird, because Sunset Overdrive is on Game Pass, so I don't know about that one. The first thing to say is, unequivocally, is that Bungie will stay an independent multi-platform studio and publisher. See, the thing I do like about that, at least Sony are honest about it, while Xbox are dead vague with it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we gotta wait for the deal to go through, while PlayStation just instantly, yeah, we're gonna keep them multi-platform. So, it makes sense they're gonna get more money if they keep it multi-plat. But it's just like, what's the point? Why Bungie? You know, there's no history between them, the two. You know, they've made Destiny and they've done some like early DLC, but that was mainly with Activision, I think. You know, and obviously Sony and Activision had some kind of partnership until Xbox bought them. But I guess Naughty Dog developers and like Naughty Dog, Guerrilla, and Sucker Punch can come on board and help Bungie. So there'll be a bit more of a collaboration between each studio now. But it's just weird. He also said there's more acquisitions on the way. They've been working together since 2013 with Destiny 1. It was remarkable how close Sony and our visions were. I mean, I guess. It's not organic though, is it? like a little bit of a partnership, like a couple of years ago. Like compared to like Insomniac and Housemarque and Bluepoint, like they have more history than Bungie and Sony. You know, that's the thing that's just stupid. The $3.6 billion deal is the latest in a string of multi-billion-dollar acquisitions that have happened in games this month alone, following the Take-Two's proposed buyout of Zynga, which, you know, mobile studio and that. And the news that Microsoft is acquiring Activision Blizzard. However, Vine says that the Bungie acquisition isn't a response to these deals. These conversations, yeah, I don't think that would make sense, because they'd buy Bungie 2 weeks after the Activision news. That's not how deals like that work. They're usually like planned in months apart, you know. I look what happens with Housemarque and Bluepoint. But I'm curious though, because they've said that there's more acquisitions coming. Where does he say it? The deal is a significant buy from PlayStation. Sony is not a small organization. But it doesn't have pockets as deep as some of its competitors. Nevertheless, Vine says the firm is not done in this area. We should absolutely expect more. We are by no means done. With PlayStation, we have a long way to go. I will personally be spending a lot of my time with Pete and the team at Bungie, helping make sure that everything beds down right at the autonomy means autonomy, but elsewhere in the organization, we have many more moves to make. AKA, they're buying Take-Two. Oh. And then we have the other news, which involves sorry about that. But what was I saying? I was talking about, okay, we're going to move on to the Discord news, but I think it's interesting to talk about what the future of PlayStation is now. Like, are they going to buy EA? Are they going to buy Take-Two? Is it going to be Capcom, Square Enix, which make a bit more sense than fucking EA and Take-Two? Take-Two might make sense because they have a somewhat of a history with Rockstar, and Take-Two actually. They have a partnership with Take-Two, From Software maybe. Like, there's no acquisition that's out of the window. You know, you can't just say, oh yeah, Sony can't afford. They can, of course they can. They could probably afford most of the third-party studios by now. Same thing with Xbox, but it's what deal makes sense. Who have Sony have history with from a third-party developer standpoint? Take-Two. Have they had a partnership with EA? I don't think they have. If Microsoft buy EA and they've got Activision, then that's 100% like some weird shit's going on there. But it is interesting that they've bought Bungie. Out of all the studios and all the developers, Bungie was the one they decided to go with first as like the big like step up from them. Obviously, it's not as big as the fucking Bethesda acquisition or the Activision one, but in my opinion, I still think Bungie made the best Halo games to date. Doesn't mean much when they've moved on to Destiny, but it is what it is. Like, they still made the best Halo games. The Bethesda acquisition was just dumb, and then the Activision purchase was just even weirder. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that the gaming industry's already doing this like buyout war this early on in the gaming, like, I guess in the gaming industry, right? Like, it feels too early to do this kind of shit. The movie industry took over, like, how long were movies around? At least over 100 years to start doing this shit. Like, they started doing the streaming wars very recently, the past couple of years, and now the gaming industry, which has only been around for like 40 plus years, I think, has started to do these buyout wars. Now, granted, maybe this doesn't matter much. If you've got an Xbox, if you've got a PlayStation, if you've got a PC, maybe it doesn't matter at all. But the funny thing is, you don't see Nintendo doing this, and yet Nintendo are still outselling Xbox. And potentially will be outselling PlayStation. And they're just releasing the same old fucking IPs. They're not making any new IPs, to be fair. So it is interesting to think about that. Like, Nintendo are literally not doing anything. They're just sat there like, hey guys, you do your own thing. We're going to keep on selling shit and ripping people off, making people fucking pay 60 quid for Pokemon that looks like a PS2 game. Like, I know, like, I don't care about graphics, but still, like, 60 quid for a game that runs at like 2 FPS? Come on, dude. I'm just curious, like, him saying like there's more acquisitions coming, either that means they've already bought someone or they're going to buy someone. It can mean two things, right? You could look at that both ways. Have they bought someone already? Have they bought Capcom? Have they bought FromSoft? FromSoft might be a little bit more weirder to buy, because obviously FromSoft are owned by some other company, right? I think. But Sony Sony do have a stake in that company. Xbox can't buy Capcom or Square Enix because there's something to do with like Japanese law or something like that. I don't know if it's accurate. I've heard a lot of talk about that. It might be true. PlayStation can buy them because they are a Japanese company, PlayStation, or Sony as a whole. Right? They were kind of born and bred in Japan. Microsoft being obviously American. So it is interesting that I don't know, I could see them buying Square Enix. I could see it happening. I said it like 2 weeks ago, right? I said it 2 weeks ago. The Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda and Bethesda and Activision is going to change the industry as we know it, and it's starting to happen now. Like, them buying Bungie isn't what they said. Like, it isn't organic. Sure, they've had a tiny bit of history. Tiny bit. It's like the simplest thing to Bethesda and Xbox. Tiny bit of history. Not much, just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This acquisition's a bit questionable, to be fair. 3.6 billion for a company that only makes one fucking title. Like, they've only worked on Destiny for the past couple of years. Like if they made some new IPs and they did some crazy shit, then maybe be like, okay. But it's just Destiny, it is questionable. It's a questionable buy. But it doesn't seem like this is the end. If From Software get bought by Sony, it's over. They've won. From Software make the best titles. Best atmosphere. Their best game is published by Sony, which is Bloodborne. Even though I haven't beat it yet, but yeah, in terms of atmosphere, Bloodborne's the best. So if Sony buy From Software, would they get Dark Souls? Is Dark Souls a From Software IP or is it a Bandai Namco IP? Did Bandai Namco own Dark Souls and Elden Ring? I assume so, maybe. Or do they just publish it? What if they buy EA? Like, let's look at like some of the IPs these other studios have. Actually, wait, before we get into that, there's been more news about the Discord integration with PlayStation, which we will pull up now. Hang on, we've got to go through all the gaming news, even though it's just PlayStation news today. Xbox have talked about some indie stuff, I think. Where is it? It'll be on the be on Discord's page, right? Could be on Reddit too. I could have just gone on to Reddit. Also, what's up with the search bar and thingy? You guys can't see this anyway. Bada bing. Okay. PlayStation and Discord, connect your account and show what you're playing. This is interesting because, like, this is already what Xbox has done, right? Xbox did this ages ago. But apparently they're not done because they keep saying this. We're excited to continue our partnership with PlayStation. Because, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, oh yeah. We like back in May of 2021, they announced their like partnership with Discord. And they've only just integrated it. You know what I mean? That can't be it. It can't just be an integration of like, oh, you can connect your PlayStation account to Discord. No idea why you do that. Like, oh yeah, people can see what game I'm playing on PlayStation. Like, okay, you can do that on fucking GOG. Look at this. Ready for this? Actually, I don't want to pull my account here, but look, you can do this on GOG, PlayStation. Right? Borderlands. It shows it there. Obviously, my friends, all players average. Like, you can do it on GOG. Crash Bandicoot. But it's just your friends need to connect their accounts to GOG. So I don't know. Alright, let's pull this up again. Lazy intermission screen because I've got to sort the settings out here. Because for some reason, Ubisoft Connect decides to kill itself on this GOG. But Ubisoft sucks, so it makes sense. Like, it connects and then it says connection lost. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. It's just connect your Discord account. Not much. Not much there. Not much there. Okay. Going on Twitter is a bad idea because there could be some spooky shit on here. Lazy intermission screen again. Pull that back up. So yeah, I mean, that's the Discord stuff. But what was I talking about before that? I think it was... I mean, it was talking about like who they could buy, right? Like, oh no, we're gonna do the search up the IPs of which like studio owns which. We'll do Square Enix. Square Enix because they kind of make sense for Sony to buy. Square Enix video games. Okay. Hey, because Bungie have only done Halo and Destiny, and they did some Mac games, so it's not really like good enough to look through their history. But if they bought Square Enix, this is what they'd get, and it makes sense if they bought them because they have a big like relationship with Final Fantasy, right? Starting from Final Fantasy VII, which was like the big boom for the series, right? And Tomb Raider too. Because Tomb Raider was on PlayStation, right? It was kind of born on PlayStation in a way. So they'd get Final Fantasy. Forspoken too, they've got history, you know, Forspoken's like a timed exclusive thing, right? Final Fantasy, you know, Tomb Raider, Nier. Dude, Sony, Okay, make an exception here. Buy Square Enix just to make Sleeping Dogs 2. Do it, pussies. Life is Strange, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has kind of a history with PlayStation, I feel like. I'm not into that franchise. Wait, what? Call of Duty Ghosts. Why? Why did Square Enix publish this? Huh? Did they publish it in another country, maybe? What? Ah. Weird. But yeah, I mean, Square Enix could be a popular one for them to get. Like, they get Dragon Quest and all that. I'm obviously not too into them IPs, but could be an interesting purchase. Don't know why COD Ghosts is there, though. Oh yeah, these I've been so. Oh yeah, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Hang on. Just in case. Just in case there's some spooky shit on here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, what was it? What's up, Uma? What's up? We're just looking at some of the fucking IPs of like the other potential studios Sony could buy. We just looked at Square Enix. Now we're gonna look at Capcom. I think Capcom have obviously Devil May Cry, Dino Crisis, and Resident Evil, and Marvel vs. Capcom, and Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter. Honestly, I think they could buy Capcom. Why is San Andreas here? What the fuck? What is that? Tekken? Excuse me? Oh, Phoenix Wright. They did Phoenix Wright. Why the fuck is San Andreas here? What? Eh? Did they publish it in another country? Is that what I get? Oh no, didn't Capcom have like a history? I think so. Capcom had some kind of history. Yeah, Street Fighter, EA. What have EA got? EA video games. Maybe Epic. Could see that happening. EA's a good one. I think EA could make sense. Apex. I mean, FIFA's not going to be called FIFA anymore. Battlefield could be a somewhat competition for COD, right? Sims. It Takes Two. Well, like that studio anyway. Titanfall IP. The Dead Space. The Dead Space IP. They'd own some of the Star Wars stuff. Mirror's Edge. Need for Speed. Mass Effect. They'd get a bunch of different genres here. Medal of Honor. Yeah, they'd get a shit ton of new genres. If they'd, like, Medal of Honor and Battlefield could make a comeback if Sony bought them. We've done Square Enix, Capcom, EA. Take-Two, I guess. They won't buy Take-Two. Take-Two's ridiculous. But they might invest in them. They've obviously got GTA. Hades? Wait, was Hades actually published by Take-Two? No, it was Supergiant. A Supergiant owned by Take-Two, though? No, they're not. Yeah, they're a private company. What? I don't get that. Like, is Google fucking up here? But yeah, I mean, they'd get GTA. Like, Outer Worlds is there. Why the fuck is Outer Worlds there? LA Noire. I mean, nothing's gonna happen with that. Max Payne. Bioshock. Mafia. Duke Nukem. Midnight Club. Series Sam. It isn't Series Sam owned by fucking Devolver now though. I mean, there's some decent IPs there. List of Take-Two Interactive games. GTA. The GTA being the massive one. They did Rainbow Six? What the fuck? Interesting. List of 2K games. A lot of racing and shitty sports games. I mean, BioShock. You know, they own a fair amount. Obviously, Borderlands too, right? They'd get Borderlands. So I don't know, that could be interesting. Take-Two is a big one. That's more than likely not going to happen though. Who else we got? From Software. I mean, From Software, we know what they've done. We know what they've done. Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring, Eternal Ring. What the fuck is that? Armored Core, right? Kingsfield. A lot of like very similar kind of genres, but you know, From Software have got a good history. So, and with PlayStation too, with Bloodborne and Demon Souls, right? So, like Demon Souls kind of kick-started the Souls-like genre a little bit, and then obviously Dark Souls being a bit more successful, but then they did Bloodborne, and Bloodborne's considered everyone's favorite Souls-like, right? Then they've got Konami, right? You got Konami, which obviously do Silent Hill, Metal Gear. The PES games. Is that all they do? Silent Hill and Metal Gear? Castlevania too, right? Maybe. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe. That could work. Nothing wrong with that one. It's got to be ones that make sense though. But even then, they don't. None of the acquisitions make sense anymore because it's just like buy anything you want, right? Who's another third-party developer? Third-party developers. I know the difference between them, but like, what? How many third-party? Like, there's Konami. That it's mainly just publishers. Square, I've already done Square. Final Fantasy, Tomb Raider, Nier. Who's another one? Yeah, I mean it's not in the history, but I did Square here, and then it was EA, then Take-Two, and that. Bandai. What do they actually do? I haven't. Bandai. I mean they've got Elden Ring, right? They publish Elden Ring. Little Nightmares is good. Tekken. Tekken could work though, like fighting games, but they'd have Street Fighter though, wouldn't they? Soul Calibur. Supermassive could be a good shout. The guys who made Until Dawn. They could buy them. Maybe they could buy Quantic Dream. They've got Tekken and Soul Calibur though. That might be a bit weird. Having two like One Piece stuff. I don't know. These IPs aren't as good as like some of the like Little Nightmares stands out to me. Obviously Dark Souls, but that's From Software. Yeah, Tekken. You're true. Yeah, Tekken does have a long history. It could make sense. Supermassive NetherRealm. The guys who made Mortal Kombat. Like they bought Bungie, you know. Bungie isn't a publisher; they're independent. So NetherRealm obviously doing Mortal Kombat and the Injustice games and stuff. That could work. They've got somewhat of a history with these guys, right? I get, like I said, Supermassive could work. Supermassive games, video games. Until Dawn. Wait, they worked on Killzone? Is that just there for the sake of it though? That is, or did they actually work on it? Who's Gorilla Cambridge? I assume they're defunct now, right? Yeah. I don't know why it says they've worked on Killzone. That's weird. But I know they've done some VR stuff too. So, and Until Dawn could work. Who else is he? I've done Capcom. I've done EA. I've done like the Warner Brothers, right? Warner Bros. Games. Nope, that's how you spell Warner. These ones would cost a lot though. Matrix Online. Lego, the Fair games, because Monolith did that. The Shadow, the Middle Earth games, right? Mostly, you know, Rocksteady's titles. Maybe Lollipop Chainsaw. That developer doesn't exist anymore though. It's defunct, right? Isn't it? Grasshopper Manufacture. Oh, they do No More Heroes? Oh. Weird. I guess they co-developed with Warner Brothers then on Lollipop Chainsaw. I don't know, Warner Brothers could be an interesting one. Who else is he? Like, from a third-party developer standpoint. They could buy Deviation, you know, the studios they've partnered with. How many studios does Sony own now? Like 19? Like 2 or 3 of them being support studios? Which doesn't change much, like support studios won't affect anything. Like Nixxes, like they're a PC porting company and they're doing PC ports for PlayStation games. They're doing the same thing they did before, but it's just for PlayStation games now. You know? Don't really lose anything there. Who else is he? These are the ones we've done, and plus Square Enix. Take-Two, FromSoft, Konami, Bandai, NetherRealm, Warner Brothers, and EA. Who else is he? I'm trying to think. Video game publishers. Hang on. We'll do publishers. Because, like, considering that's the trend nowadays for gaming industries. So, Activision have been bought by Microsoft. What does Embrace it? Sega? Maybe? I mean, what have Sega got? Sonic, obviously. But I mean, Sega don't really do anything. They just kind of exist. Also, Mega Man 2, right? If they got Capcom. Sonic, House of the... Like, what the fuck are these games, dude? Come on, Sega. You're shite. See, they could get... Look how low Capcom is on this list. They could get Capcom. Granted, this is Wikipedia, but still. Also, they can... Wait, Sony's at the top? Holy shit. Wait, what? No. I thought Xbox was in third place. Did you check Ubisoft? Oh, Ubisoft, yeah, true. How did I forget Ubisoft? I mean, to be fair, Ubisoft could work. Like, dude, Square Enix pulls in more money than Ubisoft. In revenue, anyway. So, what if they do buy Ubisoft? Ubisoft would be a big one. I feel like. I'm not saying like I'm a fan of a lot of their games. Like I mean, I enjoyed a few of their games back in the day. Hey, I mean, maybe this. I mean, Xbox just bought a company that have just dealt with shit like this. Why wouldn't PlayStation? Yeah, Capcom has IPs that you like. Yeah, they're buying more studios. I mean, I don't want them to. I don't want this shit to happen, but there's nothing we can do about it now. It's already started happening. Thank you, Microsoft. Ubisoft obviously have got Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, Sniper Elite. What? Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, Ghost Recon, The Division, Prince of Persia, Just Dance. They're big franchises, to be fair. They're big. Call of Juarez, I mean, that's kind of a dead franchise. Rayman. Oh, dude. Sony buy them. I need Rayman to make a comeback, dude. I mean, look, like, see how low Ubisoft... You'd expect Ubisoft to do more than that, wouldn't you? In 2006, the largest public companies by game revenue were Tencent with US dollars 10.2, followed by Sony. And then Activision. Look how far like Activision dropped in the fiscal year. They might have shot up though. I think Microsoft shot up a little bit. But you know, you got 505. They do Sniper Elite, Payday, and then PC release of Death Stranding. Warner Brothers, obviously. These are mid-sized publishers, though. Devolver. I don't think they'll buy Devolver. That one makes... Annapurna, maybe? Guilty? Nah, I don't see the history there. Can't remember the last time. To me, Sony buying Bungie means nothing to me. I'm not into... I don't really play games as a service FPS games these days. Can't remember the last time I played FPS or games as a service. I haven't really played Destiny that much. I mean, it's not like I will anyway, just because, oh, Sony bought them. Oh, I mean, I played most of Destiny 1, and then I played a slight bit of Destiny 2. But then we're talking about the same, like, Destiny 2 that just removed content for no reason. They just removed story content. Because it's like it's a live service game. But, the story content was a DLC, so people paid for that DLC. And now that story content is gone forever. Whether they'll add it back, I don't know. I mean, they could get Capcom. But, like, list of independent video game developers. I mean, Minecraft isn't... Huh. I haven't played Destiny since 2018. Honestly, that might have been the same time I stopped playing it. You know how big the game is? It's like fucking 90 gigs. Like, fuck off. A lot of these studios I don't really know too much about. Is Activision here? Amnesia Games. The Behemoth. Behemoth could be interesting. No history there, though. I mean, it doesn't matter. Honestly. That was it. Frictional did Amnesia. I'd rather Sony go for someone they have a history with. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. They're going to start buying studios that make no sense now because it's a buyout war. They're just going to buy shit. There's nothing like it was the only Jesus, massive stroke there, but this was the only way Sony could retaliate to Microsoft. Obviously, the Bungie purchase might not be a retaliation to the Activision thing, but there's definitely a retaliation in the works. They're working on something that's maybe not as big as Activision, but still somewhat big. They're gonna get Capcom. I feel like Capcom makes sense. Capcom makes sense. I think it's time for them just to go, you know what, let's just buy Capcom, dude. We've had a history with them for so long. Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. Honestly, if they bought Square Enix, Capcom, and Namco, I'd be fine with that. I think that... Or, wait, maybe not Namco. What if they bought Square, Capcom, and EA? Take-Two, I don't think they'll buy. They have a partnership with Take-Two, but that doesn't stop Microsoft from going, ha, I'll take you. Because, I mean, they just did it with Activision. Get Capcom and Square. Yeah, Capcom and Square make the most sense, and maybe Ubisoft. Just for a big one. Like, Capcom and Square are like... I mean, they're big, but they're not... like, as big as... You know, Ubisoft, are, I feel like... They're not as... I don't know. Ubisoft have bigger... Maybe they don't. What's Capcom? You'd say Capcom's bigger, right? Like, they've made better franchises. Like, you've got Resident Evil, Monster Hunter. I was gonna say Silent Hill then. Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry. Like, they've got a big audience and titles. It makes sense, dude. It makes so much sense if they bought Capcom. Like, if they announced that today, I'd be like, holy shit. Finally. Because it makes sense, you know? With the Bungie one's questionable. I shouldn't be on Twitter. This is a bad idea. One of these Xbox numbers are going to survive the president to stop an session. People don't know this. This is like a troll tweet, right? Dino Crisis, yeah, true. Dino Crisis, Street Fighter. I always forget about them too. Dino Crisis, I mean, that's gone. Jim Vine, we should I absolutely expect more. We are by no means done. It's gonna get interesting, dude. Get Bluepoint to work on a Dino Crisis remake. Yeah, maybe like Capcom and Bluepoint could partner up and do that. What else? Like, imagine it was like Yellow and it was like PlayStation and Capcom. But you know it really shows something between these two, like this versus like Xbox's like announcement. Xbox showed all the IPs that Activision owned and talked about them, while PlayStation is just like, yeah, Bungie, Destiny. You know, that's the sad thing about it. It's like Destiny, like they only make Destiny. Like, sure, they made Halo back in the day, but they don't own Halo anymore, you know? Like, if they had the rights to Halo, but they allowed, like, Xbox to have it for a bit, and then PlayStation just like, yeah, we're taking them rights back, that would be, like, a petty as fuck move. And I'd love it. But, to me, this doesn't scream like, holy shit, this is fucking, like, whoa, what, this is industry changing. But it is somewhat industry changing in a way. Because this has all started because of Xbox and their fucking acquisitions. $18 billion on reserve. How much was Nixus, though? Like, when did they say this? Was it after they bought Firesprite? Because that was their last acquisition last year, wasn't it? How much were they obviously they'd be nowhere near 18 billion, though. I mean, fucking Insomniac was 200 and something million. That's still the most insane deal. Dude, look at that. That doesn't even make sense. Like, Bungie costs more than fucking Insomniac. Are you mental? Insomniac are more talented. What? Bungie have literally done one IP and it's, well, technically two IPs, but Halo and Destiny. But Destiny is a live service game, but I guess they generate more money, so they'd have more revenue, so it makes sense that they'd cost more than Insomniac, I guess. I guess it makes sense. Still, though, I guess it really just proves, though, just because your company has more money doesn't mean they're more talented, right? Firespy Bluepoint must have been cheap as chips. When did Sony say this? Sony have 18 million on reserve. Specifically the PlayStation division or all of Sony? Because if it's all of Sony, then that might not work. Sony to spend 18.39 billion on strategic investment over next 3 years, including subscription push. Don't show my fucking email. See, this is Sony as a whole, though. So it could be like movie stuff, too. And this was announced on Wednesday, so the so like May 19th, I think. Is that right? Is that right? May 19th? Yeah. So May 19th, 2021, they said they'd do this. What if did they, okay, hang on. Sony plus Netflix. I mean, they've probably made a shit ton of money from fucking Spider-Man. This was before this, though. The Netflix deal was before this. They talked about 18 billion on reserve. This like partnership was before. Did they? I don't think they like. I don't think they mentioned like a price. Just a partnership. So May last year, 18 billion, and then when did PlayStation Fire Sprite games price? So we don't know much. I saw what. Huh. Well, I mean, they must have been cheap, right? If they don't and like talk about the price of it, then it's definitely a cheaper price. I'd say maybe like 100 mil for these guys. Yeah, GT7 talked about that. That was like the first thing I talked about. I'm not gonna I'll watch it, but I won't stream it. There's no point. I don't care about Gran Turismo. I mean, yeah, like the Blue Point. How much was Blue Point? Blue Point price? Because they bought Blue Point. No. Games. Did we get an official like price? Actually, I don't. Did they announce how much they bought Blue Point for? I'd say in total, all the studios they bought is maybe 1 billion. Plus the Bungie one, that's probably 5 billion. 5 to 6 billion. They've got an. Like, what's Capcom revenue? Why is it in. Why? Just show it in UK price. I don't know what that is. What about Ubisoft? How the fuck do I get back to Ubisoft's thing? What would you base like the price of them? Would it be revenue or would it be net income? They could get no, what the fuck? They could definitely get Ubisoft. I mean, that's in euros, though, isn't it? Is that euros? That is euros, right? Net worth, net income. Minus 100. Wait, what? Minus 124.24 billion million. What? They could 100% buy Ubisoft. Oh yeah, I forgot about Far Cry. Interesting. Square Enix. They could get Ubisoft. Didn't was it Zuby? Didn't Zuby Tech talk about it? I know this guy's like a good analyst, dude, right? Didn't he talk about the studios that they could buy, or like what their price is at, what their like net income is? Recently, it must have just been right after the thingy acquisition. Now, here we go. Is this in billions or is this millions? I assume it's billions, right? Okay, billions. Okay, it's the market cap you base it off. So Ubisoft. Okay, that's wrong then. I guess you base it off this and euros. Whatever. 3.60 billion euros. I mean, that's not right. So be about. Interesting. I don't know. So Ubisoft is apparently 6.5 or 6.6 billion. They could get Ubisoft. They could get Capcom too. And Square Enix. I mean, they said they've got 18 billion, right? For acquisitions. So they could get. They've just bought Bungie for 3. They could get Capcom for 4. They could get Square Enix and they could probably get Ubisoft. But I'm surprised Bandai Namco's up there. Whoa, you can link your PlayStation account. Whoa. Welcome to the PlayStation family, Bungie. I know Skillup might be a big fan of that purchase because I know he likes Destiny, right? Oh yeah, the Halo show debacle. Yeah, I let's just ignore that maths I did there with the Ubisoft thing. It was terrible. I could see them buying. I don't know what I like from the most logical standpoint. Capcom and Square Enix make the most sense, but they bought Bungie, so I guess logical just goes out the window at that point. But it's to get more revenue, right? Which studio would make more sense to get more revenue? Like Capcom makes sense, so if they buy Ubisoft, that could be big. Like I think that'd be. Activision, maybe not Activision level, but maybe at least Bethesda level of purchase. Same thing with Capcom. Capcom have Resident Evil, Silent Hill. No, they don't have Silent Hill. Why do I keep saying Silent Hill? It's just, they're very similar. They have Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, Dino Crisis, even though that franchise disappeared. But still, they have a lot of titles that I think gamers would be like, oh, okay, that piques my interest. Meanwhile, you've got Activision. Like, what do they own, really? Call of Duty? Crash and Spyro? No one cares about StarCraft anymore. That fucking shit's died. No one cares about World of Warcraft. No one cares about Overwatch. Mega Man, yeah, Mega Man. I know, it's interesting, dude. It is interesting. I was going to play some Demon Souls today, but I couldn't download it in time, so here's what it is. Bungie trash, but here's this picture. I still, like, dude, when the comparison video of that Uncharted collection baffles me. Yeah, let's make people pay 10 quid for an upgrade with vibrations. I despise paid upgrades. I despise them. They make no logical sense. They just do it to get money out of you. And people defending it, oh, but they worked on it. You've got to pay the developers for working on it. Dude, I've already paid the fucking developers. I bought the game in the first place. It's the same fucking game, just with an FPS boost, and that can't be, like, an FPS boost isn't good enough for a fucking 10 quid upgrade. A 10 quid upgrade would be worth it if there was new fucking content, but there isn't. And it's every time I see it, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, I can get a free upgrade. Also, I've pre-ordered Dying Light 2. Should be here Friday. If it might not be, though, because I did get an email saying that the day one stock has sold out. So it might not be here day one, so we might not be playing it on Friday, but depending on if it does come later on Friday, maybe I can get it delivered. There are a few visual enhancements. Let me show you something that's interesting. Uncharted anti-aliasing boat. Was it on Twitter I saw it? Or was it Reddit? It might have been Reddit. Twitter's probably the worst place to look for shit. Uncharted. It might have been in the Uncharted Reddit, actually. Someone showed a picture where, like, it showed the boat. Let's go on the thingy, the Uncharted Reddit. Yeah, it's mostly the same visuals, but oh, see, like, look at the like, dude, I've not got that version. I've not got this shitty version. Look at the shit cover, dude. It's so bad. The old one's so good. It's just Nate with all, like, the Arabian, like, kind of deserty area behind it. It's kind of like this. The background's like that. And then they changed it to this shit with the fucking stupid PlayStation Hits logo. I hate that logo, dude. Why did they do it? I hate it. Also, it is interesting that, I wonder if this is just for Uncharted, but it is interesting that they've dedicated a section of the box art to say it's a remaster. Makes me think maybe this isn't the only one in the works. Like, could we see, like, something like PS5 remastered Bloodborne? Right? Bloodborne, the Old Hunters Collection or some shit. Yeah, I love the box art here. This is done by a fan, actually. Well, not by a fan, but I think, you know, they originally did, like, an Uncharted 3 fan art, and then obviously they were hired by Naughty Dog to probably do just art. This looks terrible. But, I mean, that's literally the poster for the Uncharted movie, by the way. Oh my god, it's Wraith. Holy shit. I mean, that's slightly better, but I'm expecting this to be poo-poo. Did they add any new extras at all? Will I watch the Uncharted movie? Yeah, I'll gander at it. It's gonna be poo though, I'll shit on it. God damn it. I found it on fuck. In cinema? Absolutely not. I'm not in cinema. I'm not going cinema to watch Uncharted. I'll watch the Batman film though. Hyped about that. They removed the MP? Yeah, I know. They removed content. They make you pay for frame rate as they remove. Obviously, I'm not asked about the multiplayer on Uncharted because it was poo-poo, but it's funny. They remove content and then they make you pay for content that is the exact same. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves graphics. It is a cash grab though. This remaster is a cash grab. Literally just could have been a patch. No, maybe not even a patch. It could have just been a free upgrade. When is the Batman movie coming out? End of March, I think. It's about. Is it end of March or is it? No, it's like in the middle of March, I think. Around the middle or beginning of March. It's a 3-hour movie. 2 hours and 55 minutes. No, don't go on latest. The latest is the worst decision you could ever make on Twitter. Oh, look at that. Like, you can see a bit more of his chin hair, but like, dude, who the fuck cares? Who's gonna be looking at his chin hair? You know what I mean? Like, like playing the game at 120 might be cool, but I feel like the game would be too fast at that point, you know? The only like big thing I'd say is the loading times. Like, look at that, 36 seconds versus 2 seconds. That might be worth it. When is okay? You've already asked that. I already read that. I mean, why do people do a reaction to it? What? Also, there's only one platinum for this. Obviously, like, people care about that, but it's like, dude, you know, why would they give you 2 platinums? You know, you've already got the platinum for Lost Legacy. It's the same game. You know, like, oh yeah, I want the platinum for this. You've already got the platinum. It's the same fucking game. It's got the same fucking trophies. Okay, except like you only get 1 platinum. Also, I'm surprised it's got an 88. I guess it makes sense. It's the same fucking game though. Like, what? It should whatever. Fucking J-Dub, dude. Where the fuck was this boat? But yeah, I mean, I could definitely get it. You know, I could definitely get the Uncharted collection. Because like I said, I've got a PlayStation Store card. So I could... That doesn't show his, like... Hopefully that doesn't show his address. Probably not. But like... He's not wrong. I don't like J Tanga, but he's not wrong. I've never agreed with the paid upgrades. It's stupid. It is dumb. And people defending it are idiots. Even you, like, Uma, you wouldn't defend, like, the decision to make the Uncharted, the Legacy of Thieves collection, like, a 10 quid upgrade. You can't agree with that. You know, it's dumb. Especially when EA are making fucking free upgrades. EA. Meanwhile, Sony are like, yeah, no, pay for the same game just with a higher frame rate and faster loading and slightly minimalistic graphic upgrade. And they're doing the same thing with Death Stranding. I know Death Stranding is published by 505 on PC, but no game should make you pay for no new content. If it's the same game just with a graphical boost, that you shouldn't have to pay for that. It's literally the equivalent of changing the settings to high or ultra on PC. You don't pay for that. You just do it for free. You bought the game and you can change the settings to how you like. You shouldn't have to pay for a settings upgrade. It makes no sense. Death Stranding had new content. You're true, but the content was poo-poo. The funny thing is though, like PC players have to pay 10 quid for that upgrade, but really they don't get much. They only get that like circuit track, and then like some like utilities, and then that one mission you do. You only get 3 things. Is that really worth 10 quid? Because PC already had widescreen support, right? PC already had like the Cyberpunk bike and all that shit, right? But they're paying for that again, kind of like they're paying for widescreen support. It's weird. They're only really paying for that one mission and that circuit track, which is poo-poo. No, like, come on. Granted, I do think the Death Stranding upgrade was still better than the Ghost of Tsushima one. Ghost of Tsushima one made sense to pay for the DLC, but not for the upgrade itself. The upgrade should have been free. Technically, this is wrong. Does it play? Because does it require a download? Yes, it does if you get it digitally, but obviously, you know, if you don't get it digitally, should be fine. This would be an easy plot though, because I've almost platinumed the base Uncharted 4 game. I just need to speedrun it. Maybe we'll do that as a stream. That'll be a fun stream. Actually, I don't know if we can do it as a stream because we haven't played it on the channel yet, but I think a fun stream would be speedrunning Uncharted 4 and getting the trophy. That's also a trophy for, or an achievement. I keep saying trophy with an Xbox achievement, but it's also an achievement for Halo Infinite. You have to beat the game in, I think, 8 hours or so. In under 8 hours. I also grinded out some achievements last night on Halo. Already bored of it though. Like, the maps are so shite. Like, it's a lot of 3-lane maps. I'm not a fan of 3-lane maps anymore. I've got too much experience with them shit maps on Call of Duty. 3 lanes are so boring. Maybe it's maybe the reason I'm not like a fan of Halo Infinite's multiplayer is because I just don't like multiplayer games anymore. So I shit on it instantly when I die. Even though like it's not the game's fault that I die. It's just I don't have the patience to like grind out multiplayer games anymore. Because they're all the fucking same. The value in this package is obliterated when compared to current gen upgrades offered by many other publishers and developers. This should be a 6 though. Because I mean you're paying 60 quid for this, for the Skyward Sword, right? And if you already own Uncharted Lost Legacy, you're only paying 10 quid. Granted, you shouldn't have to pay anyway because it should be a free upgrade, but still. Clearly the Uncharted one's better because at least it's not as expensive if you already own the title. We recommend Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. Or you could have just said Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy because it's the same fucking game. It's like they're making it out like it's a different game. It's the same games. It's just got an FPS boost. And they're making people pay for that. Fucking dumbass Sony. They're making so many questionable decisions recently. With the upgrade price. Like, you shouldn't have to pay for a game. It's dumb. I know people will defend it no matter what, but it's still stupid. Like a new game's coming. Like a new game, Horizon Forbidden West, is going to have a free upgrade. Granted, after a lot of backlash, and then they were just like, yeah, every game going forward is going to be 10 quid. No, every game going forward should be a free upgrade. Shouldn't have to pay an extra 10 quid for some fucking shitty enhancements. Is Death Stranding or Director's Cut on PC a paid upgrade? Apparently, that's what people have been saying. That's what I've heard. Death Stranding, Director's Cut, PC. That's what I've heard. PC version will retail at... Is that cheaper than the PS5 version? Because wasn't the PS5 version 50? Yet again, proving my point. Oh, Sony are ripping fans off. What? One new item in inventory. Get out of here, Steam. You can buy the Director's Cut upgrade via an in-game store for $10. Official news post suggests buying base game during Steam Lunar New Year for 17. So yeah, you gotta pay an upgrade if you already own the title. Oh Jesus! Now, Back 4 Blood's fucking cheap as fuck now. Yes, PS5 version is 50, so it's cheaper on PC. Actually, I've got my PS5 on right now. I could just literally check it. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Also, I'll pull it up in a sec, but I've just noticed something I find very interesting that's in the PlayStation search bar now. Yes, 50 quid. 50 quid on PlayStation, and it's... Hang on. Bullshit. I mean, it was just on offer on PlayStation, wasn't it? 30th of March? Why so long, though? Yeah. It's technically... Yeah, it's cheaper. Baffling. I'm gonna question... Honestly, I'm gonna start questioning it if fucking Horizon Forbidden West comes to PC and it's cheaper than the price it was on PS5. I'm going to lose my shit. Because it makes no sense. Yeah, like I said, let me show you what they've just done on PlayStation that I just noticed. Da-da-da-da-da. Right. Look at this. Right, move Death Stranding. They've got a subscription like tab now. That wasn't there before. Or like last week. Was it? It was just this. It was just the games list. I'm pretty sure. But they've got PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus, EA Play. So I wonder if that's preparing for the whatever the other one is, or whatever they're working on, the Sparkers thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not looking forward to the subscription shit, but it's inevitable, honestly. People wonder if Sony and Microsoft plan to acquire developers and studios that have created iconic Nintendo games. I mean, what if Square Enix... I guess they made Final Fantasy. I feel like every company always has a stupid, like, higher up. Microsoft bought Crash and Spyro, so now Sony is buying the studio that made Halo. Next, I predict that Microsoft will buy Square Enix and Sony will buy 2K. Then Microsoft will throw mud at Sony and Sony will tell the teacher. I don't think that's how it works, though. They kind of like, obviously he's joking, but I don't think... What if PlayStation have already bought Square Enix? But the deal just hasn't gone through yet, type of thing. But there's no way they don't buy Square Enix, you know? It just makes no sense. Yeah. The industry is changing for the worst. The NFT stuff is fucking dumb. Yeah, let's own a link to a fucking image in a game. It's like, dude, I can just do this. Copy image. We're good. You know what I mean? You can't own a link. It's not how it works. I mean, technically you can if it's a website, but there's a difference between that and the fucking picture. You know, because that picture wasn't actually made by you. Blame Jim Ryan for most of the stuff that's been happening. I don't blame Herman. I think Herman's doing a good job of like buying the studios and stuff and like pushing the developers forward, because I think he did great with the PS5 launch, minus the cross-gen games. But yeah, again, I don't think that's Herman's fault. I think Herman's doing a good job. It's just Jim that's being a bit like questionable. Because like we've said it numerous times before, Jim Ryan is a sales guy, so he's going to try and push stuff further when it comes to like subscription services and like other ports and shit. Obviously, he's going to do that. I mean, God of War just came to PC. Like, what's God of War doing on PC? Like, how many people playing it on Steam specifically? Still funny though. I love how like God of War's 40 quid when it was 50 quid at launch. 18, that's not bad. 18,000, it's not as good as it could be though. 18,000 versus 18,000 versus actually let's do Destiny versus what am I trying to say by versus? Like, what's Destiny doing? What was Destiny doing on Steam? 49,000 players, that's not bad. Yeah, again, it's not as good as it could be, because technically now Sony on Destiny, so I guess it makes sense to search Destiny. What about Halo though? How does Halo compare to, because they're both free, Destiny and Halo, right? Oof. So Halo's doing worse than God of War, a 4-year-old game, and it's doing worse than Destiny by a shit ton. Alright. Is Destiny on the Blizzard launcher? It is, isn't it? Also, I wonder if the Blizzard launcher is going to fuck off anytime soon, because that shit sucks. Check out the entire PlayStation Studios franchise on Steam. That makes you think that it's talking about the entire God of War franchise for some reason. That's Uncharted. When's that even coming out? Have they even got a release date for that? No. So weird that they're like, oh yeah, let's bring Uncharted to PC, but give them the last 2 games in the franchise and not like the first 3. It makes no sense. That's maybe they're working on the first 3. I don't know. It's interesting that there's 2 new IPs, and then there's 2 big IPs like God of War and Uncharted. I don't think Last of Us will come to PC though. Last of Us just doesn't make sense unless they're gonna do the remake anytime soon. The remake, I don't know. We'll have to see what Sony announce. Like they're gonna have. I think they're gonna have a showcase every year, right? We might see Wolverine gameplay this year. Like a snippet of it. Probably get a God of War. Hopefully, we get a God of War release date around the same time, like just after Horizon comes out, or just before GT7 comes out, because they usually don't like overlapping news of games that haven't got a release date yet with games that are about to come out. They don't like doing that in terms of marketing. It just doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, let's talk about Horizon, or like let's talk about Wolverine while Horizon's not out yet. Like, let's focus the market on Horizon and GT7, and then we'll talk about the games that are coming in the future. But I think God of War will come out around September or so. I don't like some of these decisions they've been making. I don't think anyone does. Nobody likes these decisions. I mean, obviously PC gamers are like, yay, we get games to play, because all we've got on fucking Steam right now are fucking old titles. Look at this. Look at this. Where's the like list of the top sellers, like the list you usually show? Where is it? Whatever. Oh, right here. Warhammer 3? Yeah, that's definitely pushing the graphical fidelity. You see what I mean? What are the specs on this? What? 120. Interesting. Project Zomboid's good. CFEs. Lego Star Wars. Where have I got a new item from? Was it Black Ops 3? What? How? I haven't even played Black Ops 3. Really? Or was it? Hang on. The fuck? Alright, I guess. Sure. How long have we been streaming? Hour and a half? Alright. Not too bad. Not too bad. Just like, I'm looking at the... They actually did it. Wow. What do you mean they actually did it? Like, I would be a bit more like... If it was Capcom, I'd be like, wow. Okay. Call of Duty will be exclusive to the Xbox platform. Not so fast, we are buying Bungie, like we were saying. Call of Duty will remain multi-platform. Maybe that's the move. Maybe? I don't know. Do you think that's going to push, like, Microsoft to make it like Call of Duty multi-platform still? Honestly, like, hype can sometimes be a bit weird, but like, he's not wrong about this. There's some Xbox fanboys that were being a bit weird with the Bungie acquisition last year. Can we just calm down with the acquisitions? I'm sorry, Canadian about Sony said he ain't done yet. Do you think they're going to announce like an acquisition every day this week? I'd fucking be laughing if they did. Like tomorrow they announced that they've bought Ubisoft. Wednesday they announced they've bought EA. Thursday they announced they've bought Capcom. And then Friday it's like, yeah, we bought Square Enix. We've got like the whole industry now. Fuck you, Xbox. They could, because the Activision's probably the most expensive. They had Capcom, Square Enix, and even Ubisoft, so they bought the devs that are currently facing some scrutiny from their own player base. Yeah, Bungie hasn't really done much, honestly. They really haven't. Not like an insane, like, whoa. It's just weird that they announced literally everything today. Is it breaking news though? Breaking news, Sony has bought Bungie, I guess. But every day they announce like a new studio. They're just like, yeah, tomorrow EA, Wednesday GT7, and then after that we just go, boom, we bought Ubisoft. And then Friday's Take-Two. Fuck me. If they, like, what studio do you think is more likely to buy Take-Two? I'd say Xbox. Take-Two has a lot of money. They have a lot of money. Unless they can, like, Sony could negotiate it. Maybe. Because they've got a good partnership, maybe they can put the price down and just talk about how they can collaborate and work together on new titles and stuff. And maybe, like, and it'd generate more money for them, right? So maybe they could negotiate, and then maybe the price of Take-Two could go down a shit ton. Because Take-Two love their money, but at the same time, like, Sony could give them money to get even more money when they release titles, right? So it could be beneficial. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it could be beneficial if they did buy Take-Two. What the fuck? Joel? Ubisoft. Imagine, like, it's just so weird that we're in a world, in the gaming world now, that we're just talking about, like, oh yeah, we want PlayStation to buy this, we want Xbox to buy that. Like, dude, what the fuck has Xbox done to the industry? This is Xbox's fault. This is why it's happening. Sure, this isn't a retaliation to, you know, the Activision thing, but it's a retaliation of something. Like, it's like PlayStation have gone out of their way 5 to 6 months ago to get Bungie and talk to Bungie. For what reason? And it can't just be because, oh yeah, because we wanted to buy Bungie. It has to be because they're buying studios to retaliate to Microsoft buying shit. Like, Microsoft since 2018 have bought Ninja Theory, the Coalition. Wait, did they buy the Coalition in 2018? The Initiative. Never mind the Coalition. The Initiative. Double Fine. Compulsion? Obsidian. Did I already say Obsidian? Whatever, I'm just going to search it up. Xbox owned studios. So, oh no, Compulsion was okay. Compulsion was 2018. So in 2018, this is how it all started. They bought Compulsion, Double Fine, The Initiative, In Exile. Mojang doesn't count. Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Playground, There doesn't count. Undead Labs, and then World's Edge, which make the Age of Empires games. And then they acquired ZeniMax and Bethesda, and now they've got Activision. How many studios is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all the ones they bought in 2018 have made 2018, 2019. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they bought about 9 studios in 2018, 2019. How many of them have released games since then? Compulsion haven't. Double Fine, Psychonauts, so that's 1. In Exile, do you count Wasteland 3 here? Okay, Wasteland 3, let's count that. So Psychonauts, Wasteland 3. You don't count Mojang. Ninja Theory hasn't done anything. Obsidian. Psychonauts, Wasteland 3. Outworlds doesn't count either, it was already in development. So do you count games that were already in development? Because, like, do you count Psychonauts? It needs to have started development after the acquisition. Don't see the point of, yeah, I don't see the point of them buying Bungie. Like, what's to stop Xbox from saying, yeah, put this game on Game Pass Day 1? Right? Sony is buying Destiny Studio, Bungie. So weird. Dude, Activision Blizzard is worth more than Sony altogether is worth, and they try to come back with this trash, huh? But yeah, Activision Blizzard have no good games, right? I mean, most of the games they've released recently have been poo-poo. So I don't know what that says about their fan base. Either they're just dumbasses or they're just, yeah, dumbasses. Call of Duty, it's the same shit every year. Call of Duty's going to be so cool this year. Whoa, it looks amazing. It comes out, it's shit. And then they shit on it, and then they hype up the next Call of Duty. It's just like, just shit on it from the get-go. Don't buy into the same boring fucking game. Like, Activision haven't released anything that's like, whoa, in years. You know? So, like, people hyping it up are a bit delusional, but still. I'm not hyping up the Bungie thing, by the way, either. What did you send me? Came in media bus after, but he was ecstatic after Microsoft bought Bethesda and all those publishers. Look how the gaming media is acting now. No more bad for gaming headlines, and no more monopolies and antitrust issues. That's not true though. I've seen concerns already. Like, I mean, I've said stuff. I think John Linneman from what the fuck is it called? Digital Foundry. Jesus. Thinking of Gaming Foundry or something. Like, it's another thing. But yeah, like, not a fan of the purchase, but I find it funny that the makers of Halo are owned by Sony. Yeah. Yeah, this acquisition's a bit questionable. It's like, yeah, spend $3 billion on a studio that makes one title. Dumbass Sony. They should have bought fucking Capcom. Would have made more sense. Because Capcom's more organic than Bungie. Like, Bungie? Like, what a weird acquisition. It's such a strange one, isn't it? It's like, why? Yeah, Jim Mine's an idiot. He's fucking dumb, dude. It's by Bungie. Out of all the studios that are out there, let's buy Bungie. And not fucking like Supermassive or FromSoft or Capcom. You know, ones you have history with. Organic growth, my ass, dude. My ass growed more organically than Sony or Xbox. Because now it's just, the only reason this has happened is because of Microsoft. Fuck you, Microsoft. You've caused this. I knew this was going to happen. I said it like 2 weeks ago. I knew this was going to happen. A Bungie makes no logical sense to buy. I still like PlayStation, like, they spent $3 billion on a company that makes one title. What a dumb acquisition, dude. And they bought Insomniac for $200 million. And they've made bangers. They've made Spyro. Spyro they don't own anymore, but still, they made Spyro, Sunset Overdrive. Granted, you know, that was on Xbox, but still, it's still the best Xbox One title. They had fucking Spider-Man. Now they've got Wolverine and stuff, you know? Like, Resistance too. Like Insomniac have some banger IPs, and then it's just like, yeah, let's buy Bungie. You've made one IP that's just a live service title, which removes content from its game. Obviously, like, I mean, like, look at hype. Like, saying don't let these bots downplay the Bungie acquisition. Granted, yeah, they were begging for Microsoft to buy Bungie, but you downplay it all you need to, because it's not a good sign of them buying a studio that's known for live service games. That is a bad thing. Live service games suck. They're arse. They're all the fucking same. Barely any content at launch, i.e. Halo. More like they spend more time on the microtransactions than they do the actual game design. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm actually already bored of Halo Infinite. Like, I played like maybe 10 plus matches and I'm already fucking bored of it. There's only 10 maps. 6 years in development and there's only 10 maps. Granted, more maps doesn't mean better, but I guess more maps doesn't mean a better game. More microtransactions means a better game. There's not a lot of game modes. There's no Forge. There's no co-op campaign. I seriously don't know who wants games as a service games from Sony. What if they've been listening to the dumbass Xbox fans, though? You know what I mean? Like, the Xbox fans always keep saying that, oh, you know, Sony are only known for third-person one-and-done games. And yet they play games where they have no content. I look at Sea of Thieves, right? Sea of Thieves is the exact same thing. Came out with barely anything to do. And now it's turned into a game as a service with an actual battle pass, by the way. Because that's the direction Xbox is going. Unfinished products because of the subscription service. Honestly, I don't see a problem with a Bungie acquisition in terms of like a live service game. I mean, it's already live service, right? It's not like they're making a new title that's live service, you know, that's exclusive. Imagine how much that would be. Like, would Sony make you pay 70 quid for a live service game? Honestly, I swear to fucking God if they do that. They make you pay 70 for a game that's not finished. I'm gonna knock them out. It's fucking stupid if they do that. Absolutely dumb. PlayStation fans never asked for this. Yeah, I'm curious, like, like, is there anyone out there that's actually, like, happy about this? Like, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about anything about, well, yeah, true. I'm not happy about anything. First, in what way is Destiny bigger than COD? Is it? I mean, Destiny doesn't get sales, though, does it? It's free. I guess it kind of gets sales, but it's free to play. COD's poo, though. I mean, like, I don't know. So the real question is, Activision Blizzard really worth 20 times Bungie, or did Microsoft just burn a lot of cash in their zeal in their deal to own COD? Well, if you see the over 17 studios that Activision have, plus the IPs like World of Warcraft, Dead, Call of Duty, shit, it sells well, but that just proves how dumb gamers are. Diablo, poo. Prototype, dead. Why the prototypes? Prototype? That shit sucked. Second one anyway. The first one was good. Overwatch, arse. Making people pay 50 quid for the same fucking game. StarCraft, dead. Spyro recently got a remaster of the games Insomniac made, so it's lazy. Crash had a new title. Tony Hawk has remakes. So most of these franchises are either dead. The only one that's alive right now is Call of Duty. Really. Realistically. Overwatch is shit. think we all agree on that. It's made by Blizzard, so it sucks. StarCraft's been dead for years. Like, people still play it, but it's like, you know, there's no new title, so it's dead. You know, there's nothing generating hype for the player base. Same thing with World of Warcraft. They fucked up loads of shit with World of Warcraft. Diablo's just dumb. Pretty sure Path of Exiles is better. According to Crown Jewel in that acquisition, and 68 billion is just astronomical compared to 3.6. Apples to oranges, I guess, but those are some fucking expensive oranges. No, it's not called the Crown Jewel is king on mobile. True. Rip organic growth narrative. Yeah. Doesn't matter anymore. I think I mentioned that a couple of times in tweets too. Like, PlayStation have a more organic growth. Yeah, well, that backfired, didn't it? Thank you, Microsoft, for fucking making me look like a dumbass. That's more talent in one studio purchase than all of Microsoft's acquisitions combined. I mean, Destiny's about to release a new expansion, so technically that's more content than all the studios Xbox have provided. Right? Technically. I mean, Insomniac have released more games in less time than like Microsoft have released a game under any of them studios that they bought in 2018, right? Like, Insomniac have released 2 to 3 titles. Well, we're coming up to their 4th title now, right? Well, no, it's 2 to 3 titles, right? Yeah, because Ratchet and Clank. Meanwhile, Ninja Theory still hasn't released 1. I don't get why they announced Hellblade 2. Like, they announced it with the Series X, making you think it was going to be like a launch title or something. And then it still isn't out. I mean, to be fair, the console launched with nothing. What have you, Sammy? This is why Sony wanted Bungie. They now have a very popular service-based game, which just happens to be a shooter. What the fuck? This was when it first came out, though, wasn't it? Comes nowhere close to breaking records. Oh, interesting. Activision. Ah, well, this aged well, didn't it? This aged like that money went to Activision now. That makes no sense. Company signed a 10-year deal. That turned out well, didn't it? That's funny. 10-year deal. Franchise has barely been alive for 5. That's just how much money it made, though. That's not like how many sales it got, right? Bungie put Xbox on the map. True. Imagine tomorrow they announce another acquisition. Like, Jim Ryan wouldn't be like, oh yeah, there's more acquisitions on the way. It has to be big acquisitions. PlayStation Bungie actually better yield more than one game every 5 years. Bungie's making some major organizational changes, and on one new goal has been clearly stated to release a new IP by the year 2025. That's in 3 fucking years. To be fair, though, I mean, they've got 600 employees, don't they? This PlayStation Bungie acquisition better yield more than one game every 5 years. When did God of War come out? 4 years ago, right? God of War's coming up to 5 years. So technically, that's somewhat correct, I guess. Because, I mean, Santa Monica haven't released a new title. Where's Ben's new game? Naughty Dog haven't released much. You know? So. I don't know. It better. I mean, we'll see what happens with this Bungie thing. It's not like it'll matter though. Like, oh, this Bungie acquisition better yield more than one game every 5 years, but it's not going to matter. It's a live service thing. If a DLC releases, it'll be the same thing. Like, they're making people pay like 80 quid for the fucking DLC for Destiny 2. Vip off. Especially for a DLC that will most likely get removed eventually anyway, because they're like, oh yeah, the game's getting too big in size. Well, just have better compression, you dumbasses. Like, come on. Wait, what? PlayStation has been vocal of its position on workplace issues that have blighted the games industry in recent years. In an article published by IGN late last year, 26 Bungie employees reported incidents of sexism, racism, abusive bosses, and systematic discrimination at the company. Oof. This is weird. Like, is this like the reason they bought them or they were cheaper? This is an area that Sony takes incredibly seriously. We hold ourselves to extremely high standards for the organization, and with the business that we partner, this is something that I have been incredibly sensitive to right from the start of the conversation. That's not what it says. It says right from the start of the conversation. All right, nice English. And I have been nothing but impressed, and I have nothing but the highest praise for the way that Bungie organizes and conducts itself. There are a number of areas that Sony can learn from Bungie. Philanthropy is a cornerstone value, and I think that speaks to everything. We're a 30-year-old company, and we only have one IP under our belt. Wait, is this true? Raven Software's union? I don't know, dude. I don't know if you can trust Microsoft. I mean, they're the big, like, come on, dude. They make a lot of money. You really think they're not abusive to fucking workers? Like, come on. Of course they are. Like, look at Activision. They've made a lot of money, and look what happens behind the scenes of that. I mean, you could say the same thing about PlayStation. PlayStation could be doing the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Amazon does it. Like, if you've heard of, like, the issue with Amazon workers and stuff, that's insane. They got like not like mentally abused, but it's just like it's like torture basically. That's how they talk about it. The work service at Amazon's terrible. So what's to say it's no different? Like that's what happens with every big company. It's just normal for some reason. Like it's just like that shouldn't be the shit that happens. It's just weird that both PlayStation and Microsoft bought the studios because of that, which is more than likely. Yeah, we saw, they had some sexual harassment and racism and stuff, and they had some like kind of drama. So we'll buy them now. It's like, what? What a weird decision. Imagine like PlayStation did the same thing they did with the Bluepoint acquisition. Like one of the Twitter accounts accidentally tweeted out something else. You know, the wrong image, and it just said Capcom or something. People would be like, "Oh my fucking god, it's happening!" Because they wouldn't have an image like that if the deal hadn't already gone through. Like, imagine they did the same thing on one of their Twitter accounts that just had the wrong picture for another studio they purchased. I mean, we're at the end of January and they've already bought Bungie. Microsoft obviously has one-upped them with that Activision purchase, but a lot of the IPs Activision they haven't really done much with recently. Just Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. So it is interesting, like I don't know why Nintendo's fucking there. Like, why is Nintendo there? They're not gonna buy Nintendo. Like, what? These two make the most sense to me. Like, the Japanese studios. These two, and potentially this one, and maybe even FromSoft. But FromSoft, where they've got to deal with some other shit. Take-Two's like the giant of all these, I feel like. Nintendo's obviously bigger, but Take-Two, like, they're not going to buy Nintendo, you know? Like, it'd be impossible. Nintendo would just laugh at Sony. It's not going to happen. Take-Two, on the other hand, and plus, Nintendo would be expensive as fuck. Take-Two, could they buy Take-Two? Maybe. Highly unlikely, but they could. Possible. Yeah, technically, they kind of already own a stake in FromSoft, right? With that, they made a deal ages ago, right? Like last year. So they've got a stake in From Software. So now, obviously, Xbox can't buy From Software, right? So it's down to these three, I think, and then Take-Two will be the decider one, right? It'll be like the one in the middle, the middleman, the one that's like the last one to be bought. Like, if they come out tomorrow and just say Capcom and Square Enix. I know, dude. Please, Herman, swap card for Destiny. Part 2 planned for this year. Wait, what? This year? Hey! Thought 16 was coming out this year. There's no way this would have been announced already. There would be more information this year. Okay, this year if we can. Well, yeah, we just started the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, so we want to celebrate Forget Final. So within the next 12 months, we want to share some information. Look forward. Okay, so it's not coming out. Okay, I've new information. Okay, I was like, I just read this year and I thought it was going to come out this year. I was like, what? New info, just like a possible. Yeah, I read it wrong. I read it wrong. I read the ending. It'll probably come out next year then, right? If they want to get Final Fantasy 16 out this year, they'll get Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 out next year. Could be interesting. Is Final Fantasy 7 Remake isn't even on Xbox yet, is it? Lol. So they said they're not making any games on Xbox anymore, right? Or some shit. Which, yeah, again, that's a big sign that they could be being bought by Sony. Right? That's what they said, right? Square Enix Xbox. Or was it Final Fantasy? Was it Square Enix or Final Fantasy? Or Techland 2? Square Enix Xbox. What did they say specifically? They said something about Square Enix not making games on Xbox. Not releasing. No, what the fuck? Yeah, Final Fantasy games may not release on Xbox consoles this generation. Square Enix is keen to keep releasing every game on PC. It's interesting to see Ubisoft's side with Xbox more and more this gen, while Square is firmly in Sony's camp. It could literally be a sign that they own Square Enix, or they're in talks to get them. I mean, this is one of them weeks where Sony's announcing stuff, which means there's going to be a big announcement at the end of the week, I feel like. Because they usually do that. Because it's weird that they blow their load, like, on Monday. Like, they just give every piece of news that they've got on a Monday. You know? Like, are they not going to announce anything for the rest of the week now? They're just going to... Sony always do that. They announce shit and then just go silent for a little bit. And then they pop back up like, hey! Like, should we expect another acquisition next week? I mean, how soon after the acquisitions were they? Like, when was the Nixus acquisition? After the Housemarque? It was like a week or two apart. Housemarque acquisition. I spelled that wrong. So 29th of June 2021. Nixus. It's literally like 2 days apart. So, PlayStation Studios. When was Bluepoint? Valkyrie's a support studio, right? But last year they bought Bluepoint, Firesprite, Housemarque, Nixus, and Valkyrie. And this year they've bought Bungie. They're not part of the studios yet, though. On Wiki. But like, when did they buy Bluepoint? September 2021. And then they bought Firesprite at the same time, too. It's like they announced 2 acquisitions like after each other. So I think maybe we could expect like another support studio soon. At least this week, another support studio announcement, or maybe another studio altogether, like Bungie. Because you don't go, oh, there's more acquisitions on the way after buying Bungie. But either that means like small acquisitions, or that means we're going big. Because what did he specifically say in that article? Because he said they wanted to spend a lot of money on that like part, right? Well, he didn't specifically say that, but he said we should absolutely expect more. We are by no means done with PlayStation. We have a long way to go. Yeah, like come on. You don't say something like that if it isn't going to be boom. We have many more moves to make. Like come on, you don't see stuff like that if that is going to be smaller studios, right? That has to be like whoa. Big stuff. Sony says Bungie will remain a multiplat studio to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. Yeah, it's just a way to make money. It's literally the only reason they bought them, to make money. Make money to support their first-party studios. Or maybe it is to convince Xbox to keep Call of Duty multiplat. Which is interesting. So technically, I guess Sony's being more consumer-friendly with that acquisition. And then that they will launch exclusive strikes and exclusive loot again. Bungie also said they wanted to stay independent, not believing anything of their BS. First new game will be PS exclusive. Unless they just can't talk about it, but the fact that they just outright said. And before, I mean, they're going to have some kind of exclusivity. And that's going to be the same with Xbox, though. I mean, granted, maybe not, though. Because you'll get exclusive DLC, too, right? How much? Well, no, Xbox will own Call of Duty, so I guess it wouldn't be the same. It'd just be exclusive. True. I mean, I guess it's consumer friendly and it's developer friendly. Like the fact that you know what, that actually makes you question, like, is the Bethesda and Activision acquisition friendly for the developers? The fact that they're like, oh yeah, you can't make games for PlayStation anymore. Boo hoo. Meanwhile, Sony by Bungie is like, yeah, you can still make games for every platform. Fuck it. Which one's more friendly there? Interesting, isn't it? Like, oh yeah, like, you know, they buy, like, Xbox buys Bethesda. Yeah, none of your games are going to PlayStation anymore. Deal with it. Meanwhile, PlayStation's like, yeah, all your games, Bungie don't have much. They've only got Destiny, like I've said. Like, they don't have much. They really don't. PlayStation has acquired Bungie. I'm expecting the next one to be Capcom or Square Enix. I swear to God, like, if that's it, I'm like, okay. But what if they keep the games multiplat? Because Resident Evil sells well, you know? Like, would you really want that to be a PlayStation exclusive? That's risky. You might get a lot of... I mean, if Xbox is doing it with Bethesda and shit, like, why can't PlayStation do it? You know? I think PlayStation will just release the games on PC, though. Just fuck it. Why not? Spend billions for zero exclusivity. Spend billions to make more money. Profit, baby. Resident Evil was exclusive. But would they keep it exclusive, though, or would they put it on PC? Resident Evil was exclusive to PlayStation? Was it? Was the first one exclusive? Don't look at the emulators I've been searching up. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, in the PS1 area, yeah, true. Was it though? I swear it might have released on It released on Sega, the Saturn, and Windows. You can play, yeah, and DS. Well, yeah, kind of DS. I mean, DS was much later. Yeah, like it wasn't exclusive really. It was on Nintendo 64 and stuff, right? Timed exclusive. Yeah. But I mean, they've had a long partnership with Sony though. Like recently, they just did that Resident Evil Village demo, right? That was on PlayStation and it only exclusive to PlayStation. They did a Super NES game in 1993, then a fully 3D first-person PlayStation game. Ah. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I could see them getting Capcom. I think they'll have it on PC though. They'll have all their games on PC to make more money. Look at the release dates. Fuck. Resident Evil. What, of like each game or the release dates of like when they did each version? PS2 had a few exclusive RE games. This was on GameCube, wasn't it? True, it does say the 1996 PlayStation game. And say like the 1996 Windows game, you know. PC a year or two later, I guess. Yeah, but nowadays it's just like it would make sense. Like if they bought Capcom, still released their games a year later on PC, maybe. Because I mean, they like Nintendo literally have just done that with Monster Hunter, or Capcom has just done that with Monster Hunter, right? To just do that with Resident Evil, like make Resident Evil exclusive, I mean, Street Fighter, they've got exclusive, but I guess Sony funded that one, right? So it's like, have their games exclusive, then release them on PC either a couple of months later or a year later. Or even just do day one launch on PC, because fuck it. I mean, the franchises are big, you know? You don't want to, like, hurt the franchise going forward, right? You want the franchise to be more successful, so keeping it on PC might help out in the long run. RE Dead Aim. Were PS2 exclusive. They were timed though, weren't they? Because I know you can play that on something else. Oh no! Wait, no. It is exclusive. I thought it was on something. Maybe it's because someone was playing it on an emulator, and I just assumed it was something else. This was poo though, wasn't it? What was it like? Arse. Outbreak's good. I hope they like remake Outbreak. Outbreak's cool, dude. Cool concept, like a multiplayer Resident Evil game where it's like, or like a co-op game. Like not like what fucking Operation Raccoon Shitty was, and Umbrella shit. Them two suck. Like have something like Outbreak, where like it's co-op, and you have like your friends can survive and get out of the outbreak, and then each character you choose has a different story type of thing. That could be sick. And then if you could choose like a STARS member or something and then get chased by Nemesis. Obviously you won't be able to kill him though, because it'd fuck up the events of RE3. Hey, if Sony, if you buy Capcom, tell them to fix RE3 Remake. That's the first thing you do, right? Operation Raccoon Shitty. I was so hyped for RE3 Remake, man. I was so hyped. Because obviously, like I said with the Resident Evil 2 remake, like, you know, this was my first time like really getting into the franchise. Like I knew the characters, I knew a lot of the stuff that happened in the franchise. but I've only recently got into it, right? But I'm a big fan of the franchise now. With Resident Evil 3, I was so hyped because I went back and played the original RE3, and like it was so cool. But like I was expecting that, like this version of RE3, but like in a remake form, and we didn't get that, sadly. And that pissed me off because I was so excited to go, oh, like Nemesis is gonna chase us throughout the whole fucking map. It's gonna be cool, and then it doesn't happen. There's only one instance of where he does that in the game, and it's such a small area too. Such a shame, dude. The gaming industry is approaching monopoly territory. Sony and Microsoft own too many entities in the industry. And who's that? Who are we going to blame for this? I'm going to blame these. I'm blaming Microsoft for this. They started it. And they started it and they'll probably finish it. Yeah, Microsoft's fault. And, well, yeah, true. And Tencent, right? It's still Microsoft's fault though. Like I feel because like I don't think Sony's competition is Tencent. Tencent own Miniclip? What the fuck? What does Tencent actually own? Buy it? Who owns Epic? Embracer has a shit ton. Holy shit. Embracer have a fuck ton. Wait, they own Tazir? Oh yeah, no, yeah. They did. They bought the guys who made Little Nightmares, but Little Nightmares is still owned by Bandai. Fuck me. Yeah. PlayStation really don't have a lot when you think about it. I love how Ubisoft is literally just the same logo. It's just Ubisoft, like this country, Ubisoft Australia. You know, like what? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So, are Sony at 22 studios now with Bungie? I mean, can you count Bungie? Yeah, you can. Tencent owned Turtle Rock, makers of Back for Blood, and Sumo Digital, which made fucking Sackboy. Take-Two own most of like Rockstar. Xbox has Blizzard King. Like Xbox has a shit ton. Dude, honestly though, this is what I'm saying. If Sony buy EA, they've got more studios than Xbox. Which isn't the go-to thing. You don't want that, right? You don't want quantity over quality, right? But I'm just saying. Oh yeah, they'd get Dirt too, wouldn't they? They get the Dirt franchise. That could be for the better, though. You know what I mean? Like PlayStation only really has one racing game, and they release that every like 14 years because of how terrible Polyphony Digital is with the releases. I mean, if this is, listen, Facebook's arse. Like, what the fuck has Facebook done, right? You know? No matter what, though, the buyouts are just dumb anyway. I just don't know why the studios just can't say, like, yeah, no, fuck off, dude. We don't want to be bought. You know? But eventually, it's all money. Money talks for dumbass, like, studios. Right? When shit goes down, like it's like if they're not doing as well as they should be, they're obviously going to sell, so they can get money back and actually like revitalize a life into the studio. I swear to God, if this is a pre-order suit, this should be in the first game, dude. I don't understand why Bungie, Insomniac is trending though. Like, why are people just talking about Insomniac? I guess people just keep bringing up Insomniac as the better deal. Like, yeah, Insomniac 300 million, Bungie 3 billion. Insomniac, they made that was ridiculous. Like now, I think nowadays, I think Insomniac would probably be up at maybe they'd be close to $1 billion now. Insomniac, right? Studios. Wonder if they'll buy any of the games that, like, you know, the Deviation games and stuff. It won't show you how much Insomniac are, though, would it? Extreme. I mean, look at all the franchises they did. Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, Resistance, Sunset Overdrive, Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man obviously isn't their IP, but it's their take on the IP. Remained as independent studio, worked for Sony and other publishers such as Microsoft, EA, and Oculus. When did they work for EA? Fuse? Ew! Is that poo? I never played this. Yeah, it was poo-poo. Poo-poo. I mean, just based off the reviews. I don't want to base it off that, though. Like, obviously only judge it when you've played it type of thing, but still. And I never even knew they worked on that. I knew they worked on some mobile stuff. Interesting. They released... I remember that coming out. And they did Spider-Man, and that just like sealed the deal for Sony. They were just like, yep, you killed it. Here you go. And then this is what they've released since being bought. Meanwhile, Xbox has bought Bethesda, and they still haven't released one new title yet. Deathloop doesn't count. Deathloop doesn't count. It's already coming out before the acquisition. Doesn't count. But hey, I mean, this year's going to be interesting for gaming. We're not even, like, we're about to go into February, like, in, like, 40 minutes, you know? And we've already got Activision being bought by Xbox. Sony have Bungie, and there's more to come. Like, I don't think the thing is, though, Sony have an advantage here. A big advantage, because Bungie isn't going to take as long to, like, for the deal to go through, unlike Activision. Activision's going to take over a year. Potentially. I mean, they might cut the deal down shorter. But even then, like, you know the Bethesda acquisition? They bought them, and then, like, a couple of months later, the deal went through anyway. Not the deal, but, like, the games already came to, like, Game Pass and stuff, so it was kind of weird. But because the deal didn't go through at that point, but they already put their games on Game Pass, so I don't know. It's like they knew it was going to go through type of thing. Maybe they're going to be a bit 50-50 on the Activision one, because it's such a big buy. Like the government and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. I hope the Activision one doesn't go through, but then the Bungie one does. The Bungie one will go through because it's a cheaper studio. Because it's $3 billion. You know, it's not that much. It's just insane. $3 billion, while Bethesda was $7 billion for multiple studios and multiple IPs, while Bungie was $3 billion for one IP. It's like, what? It's questionable. Sure, the IP is successful, but I don't know. It's just weird. But I wonder if, like I said, Sony have the advantage. Like, they could buy another studio in the time that Microsoft deal goes through. Microsoft can't buy, like, an EA level acquisition right now. They've got to deal with the outcome of the Activision stuff. MLB 22 on Game Pass Day 1. Yep. Not much you can do about that, though. It's because of, like, Sony don't publish the game on Xbox anymore because they lost the Vite things or whatever. Like, to keep the Vites, they had to put it on multiple platforms. I don't understand, but, like, I just don't get why Sony are like, yeah, let's dedicate a first-party studio to a fucking yearly sports games. Dumbasses. Let this first-party studio... You can't have creative control and then force your first-party studio to work on a yearly sports game. It's counterproductive. Maybe they like working on it, but I doubt it, dude. They're all the fucking same, aren't they? Especially if it's a yearly release. Like, what the fuck are they going to do in a year? What can you even do with a sports game? Like, change the players? Like, in terms of, like, a yearly release, what do you really do? Change some gameplay mechanics? A year isn't enough for a massive change. Hey, but I guess I can play it on Game Pass, right? Because I've got the Game Pass for like 2 years. I wouldn't play on Game Pass anyway, though. Like I said, like I'm not like when we looked through the Game Pass games, I wasn't like blown away by a lot of the titles. It was just like, oh, we could play through this as like a marathon game. Before like the new one comes out, or before like, or to play through Halo Infinite, which I've just downloaded the campaign for. Like, what if Nvidia announced they're gonna buy AMD? Like, it'd be fucking insane. Imagine at the end of the generation, Microsoft just come out and announce they're buying Sony. Imagine the backlash. Imagine like the reaction. It would break Twitter. I'd be like, what the fuck is happening? But at the same time, could that be good or bad? If Microsoft bought PlayStation, would that... it would be bad, actually. No, it genuinely would. It genuinely would be bad. It'd be terrible. But that would be like the acquisition of the century. If they just straight up went, yeah, we're buying PlayStation. Specifically just the PlayStation division. Like, not even just Sony and themselves, the PlayStation division. People would lose their shits. I would be like, what the fuck? What is happening, dude? Yeah, it'd be bad. It'd be terrible. You'd be like, what the fuck? Your mind would be like, no, dude. Game Pass day one, live service games, unfinished products. I know. I don't think it'll happen. Once like Phil leaves Xbox, I think like the acquisitions will dwindle down. Like, and then management will go to shit, and as it's already still in shit with Halo and what's going on with Fable and fucking is it Fable? Everwild. Still, Fable, Everwild, fucking Hellblade, all of them were announced way too soon. Nothing's happening with them. Why even announce them? We're not going to show games that are 2 to 3 years out. It proceeds to do that. I wonder if they will make a Days Gone 2 at some point. It's funny though, like community and love from the developers of Destiny. Like, that's the only thing they've done. Is that an insane acquisition? Just like, okay, all right. It's just a quick like, oh, they've bought Bungie. Okay. A lot of thoughts on the Bungie deal I'll share tomorrow on the weekly show, but I'll say now that the extraordinary terms of that deal showcase not only how fierce the war for talent and IP are, but how sterling Bungie's reputation is. Few studios could have negotiated that deal. To be fair though, it is a very consumer friendly deal when you think about it. Like, keeping all their games multiplat still. Interesting. But it's like, maybe like if you could make like keep every multiplayer game multiplat, but have every single player game exclusive, I feel that's fair. Right? You'd get more money out of the multiplayer anyway. Single player exclusive. I wonder if Halo said anything about it. It'd be funny. Probably not. Also, this Halo show looks ass. People say it looks sick. It looks ass, dude. Looks ass. What's the point of it even happening if it isn't canon? It's just pointless. Yes, you could say the same thing about The Last of Us show. You could say the same thing about Uncharted. Uncharted's a cash grab. Alright, The Last of Us show could work because it's actually following the events of the game and it's retelling the same story in a unique format, in a different format, while the Halo show is its own thing, not canon, and a bit pointless. And it's just a quick cash grab for the franchise. Also, let's show you fucking...
Chief, I'm Cortana.
That looks like a porn parody. It's a porn parody right there. That's not Cortana, dude. And that's the actual voice actress, I think, who does it in the games. But that doesn't look like Cortana, did. Like she's not. It looks like a porn parody. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like Cortana should be more blue. You can probably see like the first like response here. Make Cortana blue.
I'm Cortana.
There you go. Looks. I mean, it's a bit oversaturated, but there you go. It's fine. What she should look like. And support something that you claim to be a fan of. Support something that doesn't impact the Halo franchise at all because it's not canon to the main story and it's a TV format, so therefore it doesn't need to happen when you could just stick to the games. Support something that you claim to be a fan of. Like, why? They're a fan of the games. They're not a fan of a TV show. The fact that it's on Paramount Plus, Paramount don't fucking own anything. Like, what do they have? Paramount Plus is going to be arse, dude. It is arse. Probably. I haven't got it, but I'd assume it's arse. I felt opening Twitter this morning. No matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. Is approaching Monopoly territory? I mean, kinda. I mean, I did say Monopoly incoming in one of my tweets. Like, eventually it's going to turn into a Monopoly. But I know there's laws against it happening. They say that, but they ain't gonna stop it. The government don't give a shit. Why would they? True. Mono equals 1, but I know the deal could change though. They could be like, you know what, we're gonna make exclusive titles. Like, if they're only doing multiplayer titles, then I guess it makes sense to keep releasing games. Multi-platform, but if they're not doing multiplayer games, then make them exclusive. 3.6 billion. PlayStation has been acquiring industry, especially in 2021. There have been 4 acquisitions, if I know, but Microsoft has nothing to do with PlayStation. Sony's plans. People don't. They miss an important shooter if it goes exclusive. Apart from Killzone and Mag, what other bangers have Sony produced shooter-wise? It makes sense to get that tick box ticked or be left behind in that department. And so can bloody heck, how did I miss that? Hey, yeah, after the COD acquisition, there were plenty of discussions in how Sony would compete without a main FPS on the system. That's why I'm saying they should do a EA. EA makes sense because it's like they've got Battlefield, they've got Battlefront, they've got a lot of the Star Wars stuff, Titanfall, Apex. They've got a lot of FPS stuff. Honestly, I feel like EA would have been better than Bungie, right? Because what was EA at? EA, the market cap thing. Bungie was 3.6, right? So what was EA? Other big independent developers, also not many left. Bungie. Well, there's one. Imagine they bought CD Projekt Red. Quantic Dream. I mean, actually, maybe they couldn't get. I don't think they'll be able to get EA. Nah, EA's too expensive. So are these, right? Maybe these. Or maybe just these three. And I feel like they should get like at least, maybe not Konami, but maybe, because I mean, what, like 3.6 would thingy, and then 4.6 would be. Be about 8 billion, right? They'd be in the 8 billion territory at that point with Capcom and Bungie. These Square Enix would be 13 billion. Right? And then it's like a decision or whether or not it's going to be one of these. I might have miscounted there, but like it'd be around that. Like they could potentially like get Capcom, Square Enix, and Ubisoft. Because they might exactly be this price, because they could push the price down a little bit with negotiations and stuff. I did. Sega. Like Bungie was almost dearer than Sega. Yeah, your comments there. If I was Sony, I would get Square Enix, Capcom, and Namco before someone else does. It just depends. Japan law prevent outside companies like Microsoft to buy them. True, but Tencent can buy them, right? Tencent isn't Tencent Japanese? Or is it Chinese? I think it's a Chinese company, right? Yeah. I'm not even surprised that this company's like shitting on everything else. Fucking China sucks, dude. Embracer Group is Sweden. So the only one who can really buy them is Sony. Fun fact, Sony was originally made in Japan, so therefore they can buy Capcom and Square Enix. It's not even a question of acquisition. Capcom, Sega, Atlas, Namco, Square Enix, all other Japanese developers, they all need to band together and boycott both the Xbox and PC, because if Nintendo and PlayStation falls, so do all of them. True. Sony's a Japanese company, though. No, they're saying Microsoft can't buy those publishers because of Japan's law. Sony will never buy Square Enix, trust me, but Sony could buy a better studio like Atlas or Sega or Take-Two. Did this motherfucker just say Atlas is better than, and Sega is better than Square Enix? Yeah, Tencent can't. They're Chinese. It's not so much law, just historical regulatory bias towards being nationalistic. You're just going to left my ass off, because otherwise Americans will gobble up all the big Japanese corporations. This is something that all PlayStation fans should see. Yeah, they don't need to buy Square Enix or Capcom, because they'll be safe. Unless there's another company that comes out of nowhere. But Sony doesn't have the money to be acquiring big studios. They've got 18 billion on reserve. They've got enough. They can buy these two at least. Do they need to? No. But they didn't need to buy Bungie, and they did. I'm curious what this guy said now to saying that. What the fuck? I shouldn't be on this side. That's a bad idea. A bad idea. A bad idea. No. Look at Jim. Yeah, why the fuck? Also, like, they could have bought Kojima. What the fuck are they doing? I think Sony's future plans to make single player high quality exclusive for PS5 and release them on PC after 2 years or so. Make free to play live service games for multiple platforms to keep those microtransaction money coming in. Then again, some PC guys are thinking of it actually buying PS5 to play games early. This is definitely a new way for PlayStation. See why Sean Layden stepped down as head of studios. Not necessarily a bad thing, but rather taking a different. Sean's plan was to release games on PC, and he's not saying the main exclusives are going multi-platform. How does that even make sense? PC games day and date is coming, whether you like it or not. Those games made for AAA not anytime soon, or whatever. They won't release PC games day one. Would it make sense? Because if they did day one releases on PC, how much you want to bet like most of them games are going to be cracked? It's not worth it. They're going to make people pay $70 on PlayStation and then PC get it for free, basically. Sure, illegally, but they still get it for free. Because they fucking release it on PC. It's better for them to wait a couple of years, wait until the game's a bit old, then they just don't really care if people pirate it or not. Because it's like, well, people have bought our game on PlayStation. People are going to still buy it on PC. It's like a fucking anime, dude. This is literally an anime. Like we're gonna like next time on the next episode of Console Wars, fucking Phil Spencer announces he's retiring. Jim Ryan announces that he's buying Xbox. Some fucking stupid shit, dude. It's ridiculous. It's like it's acquisition season. They're just buying, like every studio's buying everything. This year started with Zynga, right? And then it's fucking Activision, and now it's Bungie. Like what? What's next? Putting any single player games day one on PC is a dumb move, yep. Because they just pirate it. And they'd get it cheaper too with all the like third party websites. So PlayStation fans would be pissed. I'd be pissed. Like if I see a game on PC that's I've got to pay 74 on PlayStation, but it's like 30 on PC, I'm gonna be like, what is this? Yeah, it's the acquisition wars. It's like Star Wars, right? It's not about the Star Wars anymore. It's the acquisition wars, the battle of the boxes. Like there's an era for each generation. You had the battle of the boxes, then you had the streaming wars, which somewhat failed. Then it was like subscription services. Well, I guess we're still in the midst of that, and now we've got acquisition season. If that happens and I'm buying it used, yeah, don't get a new copy. Just like, fuck you, Sony, I'm not supporting your launch titles anymore because you're releasing them day one on PC and they're a cheaper price. Fuck you. What if they release on PC though, and then Xbox is like, well, the PC version's coming to Game Pass day one. Like, imagine. If they'll, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do day and date. Sadly. This is the exact same thing that happened with Xbox. Like, Xbox was releasing their games like a little bit after on PC, having timed exclusivity stuff, and then it was just like, well, then they just made day one releases. Has Xbox said anything about like the games that are coming? There really isn't much coming out for Xbox this year, is he? Like, look at this one. Like, you see what I mean? How the PlayStation one is just PlayStation and Bungie, while this one actually shows the IPs and the studios and stuff. Like, the Bungie one's very disappointing. Like, it's just like, well, they've just got Bungie, they've got Destiny, woohoo, I guess, you know. They haven't said anything like what games they're releasing like this month, right? Don't they usually do? Oh yeah, they've got the games lineup thing, right? The gold lineup. They're poo-poo. They're poo-poo. What are they? They're fucking poo-poo. Is that Bug's Life? What is that? I don't fucking care. I mean, how does it make sense for Sony to make their own platform like look like the worst place to stay to play their own games? True. Yeah, honestly, you're right. Because at least, like, think of it like this, right? Xbox is providing console gamers and PC gamers the same benefits. You get the game on Game Pass type of thing. I'm not a fan of Game Pass, but, you know, I use it because I've got it. Like, why not use it, right? Like you do the same, Uma. If you've got Game Pass and you're paying for it, you might as well use it, right? But like, they've got Game Pass, and it provides the same benefits on PC and Xbox. While in Sony's case, it's like, we're going to make PlayStation players pay $70 for a worse version of the same title. While PC get it cheaper and they get a better, like, graphic fidelity, you know, and better FPS too. Especially like later on in this generation, if games start becoming 30 FPS, which could happen. I hope it doesn't. Always have options, dude. I think all these games this generation will be 60. The consoles are powerful enough to at least have like performance modes in, you know. Because I just don't see the graphical fidelity going too much further. You know what I mean? Like, the hardware's kind of up to date. You know, it's not too far behind PC, right? And PC's not really going anywhere right now anyway. There's not many games releasing that's taking advantage of the 3090, so I just don't see... I saw the Game Pass back in 2018. I've tried out Game Pass. I did try it out on PC back in the day. I played a bit of Halo Master Chief Collection on it. That was on PC though. I didn't really do much with it. I've got it for 2 years, and potentially more if I grind out them rewards things and just keep subbing to it over and over and over again for free. Fuck it, why not? If I can get it for free, might as well. Because it's not even much of a grind. I've nearly got like 3,000 points already. Just from like a couple of days of owning the console, which means it'd only take me maybe a month or so just to get enough to get 3 more months of Game Pass. Even though I've got it up till 2024. If I keep grinding it out, I'd have enough for like another 9 months of Game Pass. I played Sea of Thieves through Game Pass day one. What'd you play it on? Did you have an Xbox, Uma? It was an empty game. Hey, we'll check out Sea of Thieves. I don't know if it means a multiplayer title. I'll probably just Twitch it. Yeah, Sea of Thieves was poo-poo. I am looking forward to seeing the games that get added to Game Pass though, because obviously, when I looked at Game Pass over the weekend, it's like the library's not that big. To be fair, it really isn't. Xbox One. Yeah, the Xbox One. Xbox doo-doo. Fucking worst console in history, I'd say. Xbox. It literally is the worst console in history. That and the fucking Wii U. Not because of like it's mainly just because of games they've released, you know, like is Prototype available? Because I'm just curious what games would release with Game Pass. Like, because I know Prototype 2 would be on here, like, because they remastered it, didn't they? Oh yeah, they're absolutely gonna put this on there. Prototype, both Prototype games. Why the fuck is this one 30 quid? Fuck knows. Prototype, all the Call of Duties. Yeah, the VCR one. You know, it is interesting now though, because I did say like I'd get most of the third party stuff I'd get on PlayStation, and then like first party I'd get on Xbox, and the exclusives and stuff. If I really, because I could just do that, right? Like Stalker 2, now I don't have to wait a couple of months to play it. We could play it day one, right? But it also helps out if a version of the game is sold out on PlayStation, I could get the Xbox version of it. You know what I mean? Because it is interesting, right? If I go on, like, Simply, right, and go on pre-orders, you see how Dying Light 2, like, actually, let's just search Dying Light 2, it might be faster. Right. See how Dying Light 2 has a PS4 version and a PS5 version? Xbox only have an Xbox, like, it's just one version of the game, so you don't have to, like, choose between them both. It's just both versions. I do like that. Like, it's a bit more friendly, you know? That's mainly because of that. Smart. I don't like the box art, though. I hate how, like it kind of, like, comes out a bit more. But yeah, like, technically, like, if one version of the game, like, if Dying Light 2 on PS5 is sold out, I can get Dying Light on Xbox. So if there's an option to do it, I'll probably do it. Granted, I would prefer getting it on PS5, because that's mainly where my trophies are and stuff, so I don't know, I've got the bigger library on PlayStation, so it makes sense to keep buying for PlayStation, just use Xbox for, like, Game Pass and their first party games. I don't know when we're going to start that Halo marathon. Obviously, it won't be this week or the next few weeks, because we got a shit ton of stuff happening with Elden Ring, Horizon, Dying Light 2 at the end of the week, which, depending on if we get the game on Friday, we'll have to see. We might stream it, it might not stream it. It might be a Saturday I stream it. It might be late Friday. It could come late Friday night. But yeah, I mean, Activision have got some interesting products. Do you think Sony will buy next then? I'm saying Capcom or Square Enix. They're the two I'll pick. Capcom or Square Enix. Maybe they'll just choose an independent studio though. They might just go for like a smaller studio. Maybe Kojima. I don't know. But my two, in terms of big ones, I'm going to say Capcom and Square Enix. Because people were talking about, oh, their next purchase is going to be a big one. Would you say Bungie's a big purchase? I mean, I guess it's somewhat like, whoa, okay, Bungie, that's interesting, but it's not Activision, Bethesda level of like, holy shit, this is a full-on publisher, you know? That's why it makes sense, like, okay, buy Capcom or Square, because they're a publisher, you know? They own shit. They own multiple studios, you know? And hell, like, Sony don't really have to do too much with them, right? They can just buy Capcom and let them do their own thing. Because Capcom have been killing it lately. Just let them keep releasing Monster Hunter and all that. But I don't know, I feel like you could keep them games multi-platform on PC at least. And then whatever, like, contracts have been put in place, you know, maybe if Nintendo have, like, organized something, you know, similar to how Xbox is supporting, like, PlayStation's deals, like, PlayStation could do that. I don't know. Because, like, when you think about it, though, do you think Resident Evil Village has sold more on... It probably has sold more on PlayStation, right? Is there any estimate of that, though? That's what I don't like about PlayStation. How they don't give you actual proper number. I mean, Xbox do the same thing, but PlayStation is like a yearly update. You know, they don't give you actual like numbers. Even like Capcom themselves, they said the game sold like 5 million or something like that, Resident Evil Village, but they didn't give an estimate of like how much sold on this console or that console. Or, you know, the PC or whatever. Obviously, a lot of people get it on PC because of that fucking the mods on that. Jesus. Console games. Like a Mass Effect trilogy. There isn't new titles recently added. There's 17 recently added games. Definitely sold more on PlayStation 4. Yeah. Wait, is the Gears 5 Game of the Year edition, does that include the Hivebusters DLC? I assume it does, right? Like, why wouldn't it? Oh god, I fucking I hate Gears 4, dude. Free player co-op. Wasn't it 4-player? Or am I fucking tripping? I swear, Gears. Am I thinking of Halo? Maybe I'm thinking of Halo. I swear Gears was 4. Yeah, you do get Hivebusters. Okay, interesting. Gears. Hang on a minute. Gears. Hang on a minute. It was 4, wasn't it? I swear it was. Oh yeah, maybe yeah. Gears of War 4 had 2. I swear, the earlier Gears games had 4-player co-op. You motherfuckers did. I'll have to go to the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War 1, right? No, wait, it was 2. Really? Was it? Am I tripping? I never played them in co-op, but I always thought it was 4 players. Because Halo was. Fucking Judgment. Like, I remember, I vaguely, like, we talked about Judgment, like, because I just didn't know when it was set. I always thought it was set after 3 and, like, before 3 and all that, because Judgment was just poo. There's rumours that they are doing a Gears of War, like, remastered collection. Because only these 2 need to come to PC, 2 and 3. And Judgment, I guess. I don't know, we'll do a Gears marathon at some point. Like Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, and this fucking shit. Actually, no, we'll do it in like Gears. We'll do Gears of War 1, 2, 3, Judgment, 4, then 5, then Hivebusters. But I sell my EXO phase for Xbox, but I do find this funny because I noticed it when I was going through the achievements last night on Xbox, like on Halo Infinite. This fucking shocked the shit out of me. For a franchise that has been around for a long time and is Xbox's biggest franchise, and it's free to play, and it's on Game Pass, has only garnered in. These are ones I've earned, right? It's only got where is it? Maybe at the bottom, right? I think. Complete the main campaign. 22%. It's less than that on PlayStation. On the actual Xbox, it's like 9% on Xbox. Because I think this is just like a 22% of the audience on Exophase have got this. So 9% on Xbox. Which, you know, if I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it. Prove it. I don't know if this is accurate. 3 million? If that's accurate, does that mean there's only 3 million players who've actually like done anything in the game? Or is that just 3 million people who've got exophase? Ameno. Itaripo zomparipo ameno. There we go. I could never find the button for the Xbox. But like, it's so fucking loud. Okay. Alright. Hello. Alright, this is downloading still. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, the achievements for... I've got 200 gamer score, look at that. Hang on, I know you sent me something. One sec. Complete the main campaign, 9%. 9.6% of players have unlocked this. Interesting. What did you send me? Fascinating. Thank you for everything, PlayStation. Uh-oh. Gonna happen, dude. I'm telling you. It's gonna happen. We're gonna be seeing this. Gonna be seeing this. Hang on, let me pull it up. We're gonna be seeing this. Imagine this was real, though. Imagine this actually leaked out. Obviously, it's a concept. I don't know who made it. They're not even all their IPs, though, are they? Why is Control there? Control? Why the fuck is Control there? Excuse me? How long's left on this download? Oh yeah, I wanted to get Alien Isolation just because got the FPS boost. Also, Square and Sony. Yeah, I don't understand why Control was How long's left on this fucking download? Why do I keep turning my face to the left? Pull it up full screen on the PC and then just play through the PC. Halo, hey. Play one match. We'll play one match. Usually we don't do this, but we'll play one match. No, I did. Honestly, the fucking Xbox menu confuses the shit out of me. My games and apps. More options. Manage. Wait, it's installed? The campaign's installed? How do you check downloads? I completely forgot. Being Q, right? Yeah. 15 megabyte per second, why? Are we losing frames? No, we're good. Should be getting more than that. It should be going up to like 40, 50. Whatever. It's probably because I've got the game open. Alright, let's do one match. There was an issue with the Halo Infinite. Sums it up. Sums it up, Billy. It sums it up. Nice. Genius. Sums it up. Can you not even do like... Okay, you can do the tutorial. Sums it up. What's going on with the challenges there? What the fuck? It's like copy and pasting it. It's because I'm downloading it? Nah, that wouldn't affect it, surely. Store is currently unavailable. Alright, maybe we're not doing a match. Alright. Fuck you, Halo. You suck ass. Maybe we're not doing a match. One match before. Lazy intermission screen. Waiting for GTA 6. Yeah. Are the Halo servers down, dude? Or is that just me because I'm downloading something? Halo support, baby. Ba-da-ba-bum. Wait, they don't have region? Jesus Christ, this game's so half-baked. Halo Infinite. They don't have region selection. Let me close the game. I want to play one match, dude. Just let me play one match. One match before we end stream. Look how like the outline of it like fucking cropped itself. It's so weird. Not crops itself, but like look at the outline of the like the screen there. So it's black, like a black box kinda, and it just disappears when it loads. Just that loading screen, or that menu that pops up. Now it works. All right. Should we do? Should I want to practice a little bit. I want to do boss. Just let me practice a little bit. I need to get used to some of the maps and stuff. And I also need to. I want to see if we can like get some achievements. Damn. I've noticed how slow this fucking console loads, dude. Play a ranked match. Also, as if that's a fucking achievement, complete the battle pass. That's disgusting, dude. Actually, should I do a rank match? Just to get that achievement? I don't think I can cancel the search now, though. Yeah. 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 Fucked it! The fuck? Excuse me?
Capture the flag.
Oh, that was weird. Hey, this is the first time on this map. Send me something. Oh, I can't see it because I've got the... Hang on. The year is 2000, you go to your local video game store, then you see this shelf of PS1 games, which one do you buy? Too many of them. Too many of them to decide.
Defend our own.
Capture their flag. Oh, this will be easy, dude. Capture flags, poggers, right? Hey, boys. Shit. Okay, that was control of him. Let me get it. Fuck, they've got our flag. Okay, we'll get it, we'll get it. Ah, Jesus. Oh yes. Wait, are these bots or are these... Oh yeah, they are bots, right? Yeah. Completely forgot they were bots. Did I drop it?
Flag returned.
I dropped it.
Flag captured.
I completely forgot we were playing against bots. I thought I was in a rank match or a quick play match. God damn it, you stole my kill, dude. Bitch. Is there an FPS drop there? No, we've not dropped frames there. That looked like it was just pure lag there. Whoa, that was weird. Alright. Let's not talk about that. I'm still rusty, alright? Halo's not my forte anymore. Whoa. Poggers? It's not the needle, I don't like the plasma. Oh. Fuck.
Power weapons en route. Flag returned.
Oh, you have to thingy it.
Power weapons now available.
I actually forgot how the mechanics of capture the flag work. Wait, what? Oh. Really? You can't go down there?
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
Go, dude. I got you covered.
They've taken our flag. The enemy carrier has revealed
I'll stop them.
themselves. Look there, an enemy flag carrier.
Enemy flag returned.
Flag returned.
That was an you bitch.
Active camo inbound. Active
I feel like the game's lagging a little bit. I've got this, dude. No, I don't. Playing capture flag, yeah. Go, go! Oh, fuck. God damn it. I am indeed playing capture the flag. Well, against bots though, because it's a bots game mode, because I just needed some practice before. Go, 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 dude. I got you covered. You could have gone around that way. No, why are you taking that? Wait, is that a bot? Dude, what are you doing? Dude! Capture the fucking flag. That's the objective, dude. Fucking do it. Jesus.
flag captured. Spectacular victory.
Whoa, we won! Do one bank match, just get the achievement now. Whoa, we're rank 3. Really, you get a challenge swap? You can swap your challenges? That's what you unlock in the battle pass? Fuck me. I'm definitely going to get my ass handed to me here. If I do a ranked. No. No, no, no. Well, you can't. That's so dumb. It just forces you against PC players. I'm doing a rank match just to get the achievement. £6 for 129. This game's dead, dude. It takes so long to find a fucking server. They play one match and it lasts like not even like 3 to 5 minutes, and then like you're in the loading screen longer than you are the fucking match. As if an achievement is dedicated to fucking beating the battle pass. They spelled cancelling wrong there. Or is that just the American spelling? Isn't cancelling 2 L's? AAA game, by the way. It's 2 L's, right? It is. Right? I'm positive. I don't know why I need to like verify this. Yeah. 2 L's. Plus ratio. Look, read the bottom of the screen here. Cancel search. It says cancelling, like with 1 L. AAA game. AAA game. And they can't spell cancelling right. In development for 6 years and they can't spell cancelling right. I don't know. Is the American spelling different? I'd think so. I'd assume the American spell. Come on. Join the fucking match. I've been waiting. Come on. I've cancelled like 2 times, dude. I love how I called the stream PlayStation buys Bungie and I'm playing Halo Infinite. That's fucking funny. Come on, dude. There we go. Jesus. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. It's fine. There's probably gonna be a map I don't know. And the fact that I'm still rusty, considering the last time I played Halo was 2018, I think. Alright, well actually if I don't count Master Chief Collection. How am I doing? I'm doing good, dude. We're chilling. We're playing Halo. Or I'm just playing Halo. Multiplayer. Getting some achievements and that. Why is the frame rate bad? This just on the Elgato? Also, the Elgato, like, visually just looks better than the fucking monitor itself. Hey, that's me. Newbie doobie. That's me. Come on, boys. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna get... Oh, missed. Wait, this gun's different. Why do you get a different gun in Ranked? I never played Halo Ranked, honestly.
The enemy has captured Charlie. Active camo inbound.
Bing bong. Oh! Oh, that lock-on was... See that?
Active camo available.
Fuck. Control aim! Wait, what? I'm getting shot from behind? What just happened? What just happened? I'll blame controller on that one. Listen, my aim's gonna be terrible. I'm on a controller. I'm not used to the Xbox controller. Well, I am used to it, but not this specific Xbox controller. I feel like the thumbsticks are too small. Maybe that's my issue. Kill assist? Fuck my ass, dude. Oh! Wait, he's invisible? What the fuck? Oh, he had the cloak camo thing on. Fuck. Turning into fucking Predator, dude. Oh my god! Halo just turned into the third-person action-adventure one-and-done game. Wait, is he still here? Hang on. Bing bong. Enemy has captured Alpha. Team! Wait, they're losing a shit ton. How?
Active camo inbound.
Enemy team scoring.
The enemy has captured Bravo.
Something wrong with this game. I aim. Oh fuck! I aimed in, and then it just like aimed out again. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Also, the fact that I just spawned to an enemy captured flag is weird. And I just got my ass handed to me. Holy shit. You've got, like, I feel like the meta of Halo is just pick up the guns on the map, and I just feel like that's so dumb.
Your team scoring.
You know? It's always been the meta for the games. Doesn't make good for good replay value, I feel like.
Another one down.
Another one bites the
Now
dust.
keep it that way. The enemy has captured Charlie.
The enemy is captured Charlie.
S7 sniper inbound.
Oh fuck. Not the sniper, dude. The sniper does so much damage.
Stronghold Bravo lost.
Wait, what? It's not.
S7 sniper available.
Enemy team scoring.
Stronghold Alpha lost.
Oh!
Stronghold Charlie is ours.
You see, this is the part. I should have looked at my map. Was he on the map? I couldn't tell if he was on the map, dude. I don't look at the map because I just, my eyes don't go to the bottom left of the fucking screen. Actually, there is no map. I completely forgot about that. It's ranked, mate. Oh.
Stronghold Alpha is ours.
Hey, first kill. Nice. I suck,
Your
dude.
team scoring.
Kill us. Are
The
you
enemy
kidding me,
has
dude?
captured Alpha. Active camo inbound.
I love how they just go for me. Completely avoid the guy that was shooting at them before. Unless they killed him. There's nothing you can really do when there's like 2 against 1. You could win, but
Enemy team scoring.
yeah, fuck you, Fill the Billy. Fill the belly. Bing
Your
bong.
team scoring.
We're good, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, whoa, that was lag there. Holy shit, that was lag. Oh, I can't swat. I don't have another gun. Jesus.
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Enemy team scoring.
Stronghold Bravo is ours. The enemy
Fucking him
has
up.
captured Charlie.
We've lost a teammate.
Your team scoring. Killing spree.
I was getting shot from the right there. Or was that the grenade? What? Oh! Fuck, I was gonna try and rush on him. 8 kills? Oh no, 6 kills. I read it
Enemy
wrong.
team scoring.
Alright, it's not terrible. Ow, how did that hurt?
Charlie.
Your team scoring.
The enemy has captured Bravo.
Enemy
The
team
enemy has captured Bravo.
Stronghold
I feel like that
Charlie
voice acting's better. There's like frame drops. But it's like we're not dropping any frames.
captured Charlie.
Oh,
team scoring.
genius. Fill the belly, dude. I was looking away, goddammit. I was looking at the fucking OBS. It's fine. Oh! That was just preemptive, like, hype of coming back alive. I don't like the plasma pistol, dude. It's poo-poo.
Taking fire.
Watch out, dude.
Bravo.
Your team scoring.
Boom.
The enemy has captured Charlie.
Fuck. I was hoping to get someone with that.
Bravo lost.
Enemy
Whoa!
team scoring.
Jesus! Wait.
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Yeah, there's nothing I could do there. I was fucked. Oh, this match's been going on for a while. Holy shit. I guess the longest Halo Infinite match I've ever had. I keep forgetting I can't switch to my pistol. It's just a preemptive like thing.
The enemy has captured
When you run out of ammo, it's a rank game. I'm only doing this for an achievement though. Bitch. Oh, they don't have assassinations. I forgot about that, you fucking dickheads.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm outnumbered here. Yep. Also, did he just have Commando Pro from Modern Warfare 2? What was that? Fucking like teleported towards me. I mean, are you kidding me?
captured Bravo.
Really?
Your team scoring.
Really? FPS game without feet. God damn it, dude. Oh fuck! Where the fuck are you? I hate the melee combat in Halo. I hate it.
Enemy team scoring.
Specifically the the things, but like, dude, have we not got feet? What is this?
Frag out.
I feel like there should be feet. Is that a glitch?
S7 sniper inbound. Stronghold Charlie lost. Stronghold
That was a bit of a like desync there. Like I shot him and then like he died after he jumped. It was weird. That was weird. The fuck?
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Hey, kills us. Wait, the sniper. I need it.
I see
I'm gonna pop off, dude.
future.
Hang on. Oh, well, I didn't pop off. Listen, that was a different timeline. That was a variant. Let's redo that. That didn't happen. But I popped off in a way. I got my head popped off. Oh shit.
Stronghold Charlie is ours.
Your team
What did I get there?
scoring.
Active
Trophy.
inbound.
Achievement. Oh, to earn 2,000. Oh shit.
The enemy has captured Alpha.
You
Enemy
dickheads,
team
dude.
scoring.
I was distracted with the achievement. You can't do that. Oh shit. And they can't see me on the map anyways, it's fine.
We've captured Alpha.
Ranked is the best. No, it's not. I feel like we're getting an FPS drop. I can't tell if that's the game or if that's like OBS taking a poo-poo. Yeah, I'm fucking committed, dude. I'm committed to kill you. Wait, is that another guy there? I saw a shadow.
We've captured Bravo.
Okay, good. Oh, we're losing, dude. Oh. Pussy?
Stronghold Charlie lost.
I'm dead. I said I rushed straight into battle because I'm committed for the kill. If I lose this match, it doesn't matter. I get an achievement, dude. Who cares? I wonder if the battle pass, completing a battle pass, I wonder if you actually have to buy the battle pass to do that, or is it just like you grind to level 100 type of thing?
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Probably grind to level 100.
Scoring.
Because I don't think they make you pay for the battle pass to unlock it, or get the achievement for that. Probably just get 100 levels in the battle pass. We've got legs when we die, but I don't like, and we've got like our feet leave
Nearing victory.
footsteps and stuff, but I don't. I swear they had like, whoa. Is something wrong with my controller? Oh no, this is the gun, like if you move, I completely forgot that.
Feet.
Right, isn't it? Yeah. I think. I might be wrong on that. We lost. But we got an achievement. So it's fine. It's not bad. 13 kills, 16 deaths. We're good. We're fine, dude. Also, is campaign installed yet? Oh, 9 achievements. Nice. Yeah, I'm liking. I'm not liking Halo Infinite. I'm just, you know, it's fine. Not anything insane though. I mean, I won't be able to know until I play the campaign anyway. Like, oh, what if I quit? Right? What if I quit and then go on my games and app queue?
Come on, darling. Come on. You can do it. No.
Clearly not what I wanted to do. Oh, it says it there anyway, so at the bottom left. I didn't even notice that. I feel like it should be downloaded so much faster than it is. I feel like on PlayStation this would be done by now. It only takes like an hour for 48 gigs. Maybe a little bit less than that on PlayStation. Did I quit Halo Infinite again? Yeah. I feel like it's going a bit slow. Like 42 megabytes per second shouldn't be going that slow. It should be going faster than that. Hey, you don't need to download. Yeah, that would, like, dude, it'd be already at like 300, like 600 megabytes on PlayStation. This download speed, this wouldn't take an hour. This wouldn't take an hour on PlayStation. There's a cap or something. There's a download cap. This would be like maybe 30 minutes or so on PlayStation. Like, I managed to download Uncharted in like Uncharted 4 in like 2 hours. Not even that. Like an hour and a half maybe. It should be going faster than that, whatever. Installing Alien Isolation just to test out the frame rate boost. But yeah. I mean, you know. Fucking just, I hate that you have to like do this. Like, look what you have to do to turn off the console. General. Sleep. Full shutdown. Shutdown. And then we'll Bravo 6, lazy intermission screen. And then I guess we do the outro, right? How long have we been streaming for? We've probably been streaming up to 4 hours now, right? We're coming up to 4 hours, yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. We talked about, you know, the PlayStation shit. We played some, like, 2 games of Halo, which I usually don't do. Usually we just do one topic, one thing on YouTube. But maybe I'll be streaming on Twitch on Thursday. We'll probably play some Demon's Souls Remake, New Game Plus, and maybe more Halo Infinite multiplayer. And then maybe try out like the weapon drills and then try to get loads of achievements in it and shit. And just fuck around on Thursday. And then Friday, hopefully, if Dying Light 2 arrives, we can play Dying Light 2. If it doesn't, maybe we'll just play more Demon's Souls and stuff. But yeah, that is the plan. Dying Light 2 will be on YouTube with, you know, multiplayer games, the occasional multiplayer games being on Twitch. And sometimes YouTube, you might get a rare occurrence where it does happen on YouTube. because I've made a new system now. Like games we've already played on the YouTube channel, we're going to be playing on Twitch. So stuff like Demon Souls, we're going to be doing New Game Plus stuff on that. Multiplayer stuff, we're probably going to be playing on Twitch too, maybe a mix of YouTube and Twitch. Yet again, I still need to finish up Doom Eternal, get that edited. I could probably post like episode 6 tomorrow. Is it episode 6? What episode would it be? Hang on. Doom Eternal's so far behind. Yeah, it would be episode 6. So episode 6 of Doom might be tomorrow, and episode 7 on Wednesday. Maybe not Wednesday, because I've got to do Book of Boba Fett, but maybe I'll post thingy, because I need to really go ham on Doom now. I need to get it done. Been procrastinating that editing. I could just stream it and play through Doom again from that point, but I don't really see a point in doing that. It wouldn't make sense from like a watching it again type of thing, you know? But yeah, I mean, interesting news today. Tomorrow, obviously, we're going to get Sony announcing that they've bought Take-Two. No, we're not. There's going to be something this week. Like, dude, you can't start off the week with announcing a fucking studio like Bungie. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what Sony announce. We'll see what Microsoft announced too, because obviously they're probably working on something. And then we'll move forward on business, I guess. Yeah, plan is Demon Souls, New Game Plus Thursday. I'm going to have to re-download it. And then obviously tomorrow get Doom Eternal. Maybe Wednesday might be episode 7. We'll see. If it isn't, it isn't. You know, shit happens. It's just the fact that I've got to record Book of Boba Fett. And it's just hard to record Book of Boba Fett on the Wednesday. Unless, actually, I could get the next episode of Doom up on Wednesday. Episode 6 tomorrow. Episode 7 Wednesday. Well, it's technically episode 6 today because it is Tuesday. And episode 7 tomorrow, which would be Wednesday. And then Book of Boba Fett episode 6, which I think is the penultimate episode. And then Thursday we'll do Demon Souls and maybe Halo, and then maybe I'll just dedicate editing more Doom. But yeah, I'm going to check one more thing before we're done. Alright. That pretty much sums it all up. I hope you enjoyed the stream and the discussion. Oh. And I will see you in the next one, which will be Dying Light 2. But if you're on Twitch, it'll be Demon Souls and fucking Halo. Anyway, like I said, I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao. Infinity.